as soon as Anif committed the defender, we did see Sheriff favorite rise there. Absolutely insane stuff we are just seeing from these players. King Ronex now trying to see if he can double that lead, make it 3-1 in his favor. That would possibly give a whole lot of breathing space in this one, because you know Anif is the guy who is not definitely going to be lined out. We have only played 57 minutes, I believe, on the clock. That's a lot of time.
It's 67 actually, as the clock does keep ticking. You know, like, kind of redefine the corner kick technique, because usually what we saw in the first 2 weeks was
down back and using the finesse going.
But this time he's actually knocking it inside, right in front of the goalkeeper, and not a lot of people are kind of tracking it.
Yeah, I think making it scrappy is sort of where the
because it can bounce anywhere.
Anywhere you get yourself an own goal, a deflection, something will just happen, and like we just saw earlier in the first.
Good call. When they try to think about, is it too far for him to think about? Man, Mbappe is not on. Well, it takes on as he's committed. Novis, take it back into the game from 12 yards, scores. And we're back where the queen of the best ever national Esoccer League champion, Yoruba. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. The best of the best players feeling the pressure and the nerves of King 24.
My goodness.
Wow, what are we seeing? Bringing to you this live broadcast of this huge matchup. We got to see once more what the Challengers Cup is all about. It's being able to produce in the pressure cooker. And I love when players are nervous a little bit, where, you know, you get an opportunity to see them when they're under pressure. But just by impulse, you get to do something crazy.
We're back to the action. Now we're about to play the golden goal for the grand finale of the Onile Grand Finale. Oh, we're just having an update. Oh, that is one of just one of not regret. We don't regret this. Oh, yeah.
March 14th and 15th at the Foresight TV Mansion, streaming live on KD Sports YouTube channel, VGA Grid 26, Rise to the Top.
From Akwa Ibom to Lagos.
From Delta to Lagos.
20 players registered into this league.
7 weeks.
A lot of noise, a lot of confidence. But when it's time to perform, they faded. I didn't.
Here I am, week after week. I proved I got something in me. Back to back at the top of the league.
King Nonex has had his moment. Respect to him.
Coming into the league, they said I was the underdog, but now they're calling me the king.
I didn't travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to clap for a little prince.
And the truth is, I didn't come here to participate.
I came to take his crown.
I came here to dominate. So
Next
week
week
7 is the
week
final
7,
week.
that cup,
So I am King Nonex.
I'm lifting it.
This is my league.
See you there.
And watch me live on KD Sports.
And there you have it. We just heard from the two players and what is said to be one of Nigeria's biggest ever FC showdowns. Kinonex has spoken, so has Kiki. Both of them are poised to win the National Esoccer Pro League. With just 2 points separating them, it's going to be a banger on the final match. Join us on KD Sports YouTube channel. It is going to be something you've never seen before. And mind you,
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace, oh, bow to honor it, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant these our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
From Akwa Ibom to Lagos.
From Delta to Lagos.
20 players registered into this league.
7 weeks.
A lot of noise, a lot of confidence. But when it's time to perform, they faded. I didn't.
Here I am, week after week. I proved I got something in me. Back to back at the top of the league.
King Nonex has had his moment. Respect to him.
Coming into the league, they said I was the underdog, but now they're calling me the king.
I didn't travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to clap for a little prince.
And the truth is, I didn't come here to participate.
I came to take his crown.
I came here to dominate. So
Next
week
week
7 is the
week
final
7,
week.
that cup,
So I am King Nonex.
I'm lifting it.
This is my league.
See you there.
and watch me live on KD Sports.
And there you have it. You just heard from the two players and what is set to be one of Nigeria's biggest ever FC showdowns. Kinonex has spoken, so has Kiki. Both of them are poised to win the National Esoccer Pro League with just 2 points separating them. It's going to be a banger on the final match. Join us on KD Sports YouTube channel. It is going to be something you've never seen before. And mind you, people are still gunning for top 8. See you there.
Really tough stuff, and now King Nonex, right from that one, turns around to get himself a lead for the very first time in this game. And if will be feeling so unlucky right now.
Very unlucky.
I'm playing tactical, man. Tactical. I think I've played some practice games with him, and he's actually very, very, very good. I won't lie. So I would need to just practice and grind more to get a win. Yeah.
I'm playing Dracarys. He's a good player. Although his recent form has been one-sided. I'm looking to win that game after my poor performance today, because I think this game is a must win for me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. I'm winning it too.
Yes, the stage is set. You can see right on your screen the ultimate reward for participation, the ultimate chance for glory. This is a trophy that will be given to the ultimate winner today, the Division 2 Championship. Whoever it is goes ahead to top the table today will be taking this one home. As you can see, this is a thing of beauty. It's like, 7 weeks leading us to this moment, and I feel like running away with this trophy right now. I'm telling you, it has to be the best trophy I've ever seen in my life. Nothing comes close to what I'm just seeing on the screen right now. Boy, does this look good.
It does indeed look good. It all comes down to this. Everybody is looking forward to getting their hands on this, and I mean, it's been close to us. I getting the aura.
Yo, this is not even aura, family. This is the main aura itself. This is, we did see last year, the early division, we did see how much it meant to Farouk Mamzo when he went on ahead to clinch that all-important win against Killer Freak and go home with the trophy. We did see those pictures with the trophy in his bed, and I'm looking at this, and I know for certain in my heart that KK and King Nonex are looking right now to recreate something so iconic with the Pro League's trophy. Boy, this looks so good. I feel, I mean, right now, I just feel like going back into my pro times, and don't look at me that way.
Everybody says he's going back to his pro times.
Listen,
did
I'm
you
busting
ever,
up my controller.
Did you ever have a trophy in your cabinet?
Yeah, but it's local. Nothing of sort, but this looks so
I don't know if I believe that. Maybe money will have to show us evidence. We get evidence on your social media.
Yeah. I mean, when you need it, it's like
We'll see.
Yeah, but this is the ultimate showdown. 7 weeks has led us to this moment, the ultimate moment, the crowning moment, the defining moment. I cannot stress this enough. So many games have gone down. Over 1,000 games have been played on stream, off stream, leading to this moment. Ultimately, it comes down to just one game. That one is going to be the game between KK and his opponent. And I think it's KK and
KK and Rhymes, I believe.
KK and Rhymes, while King Nonex will go up against Yemi. Both players are playing have to actually make the top 8. So that tells you that the quality is not going to be down at all. Both players are going to be going all the way for it, as we have with us on the leaderboard here. What it currently looks like right now before we end today's stream is going to be King Nonex, who is right now on top with 43 points, KK with 41 points. Every single person right now has played 18 games. Every single person right now has played 18 games. KK, 41 points. Tactical, third position with 35 points. Guru, 34 points. Anif, 33 points. Rhymes, 32. Mr. Oga, 32. Elevation, 32. Yemoli, 31. Dadaboy, 30. Dracarys, 30. Game with Josh, who has played 17, is on 27 points.
I mean, it makes for a very interesting case because, man, if we're focusing on guys who have the opportunity to make the top 8, you can't write out game with Josh because 33 points could be enough.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 games remaining.
Yeah.
He's playing Simply Uzo today, who right now is currently 18th position. If you look at game with Josh's goal difference, -1 goal difference, it might come to a point where it will be goal difference that might give him a chance. He's playing Simply Uzo and Guru today. So even if he's going to win, he needs to win by a huge margin. So we'll have to
agree with you.
we'll have to keep tabs on it. Today, our first game on the broadcast actually Dracarys in action. He plays Tactical. Now, mind you, Tactical is also in the top 3 spots. Right behind him, maybe someone might think, you know what, Tactical might say, okay, I've already qualified, I don't want it anymore. But the thing is, he's gunning for a top 3 finish, because top 3 finish means more money for him.
Yeah.
And if you look behind him, there's Guru and Nanif, who could leapfrog him. So he'll be looking at that Dracarys game as, you know what, you might need a way to get into top 8. I need to finish in top 3.
Yeah.
So almost every single game is that important. Dada Boy also has a game today. With 4 goal difference, he'll be looking to get a lot of goals. I believe he's playing Baji Senior to do. Yemi, we all know how big his game is. Coming up against Kinonix, that should be insane. But my favorite game, outside of the top of the table clash, has to be Mr. Oga versus Elevation.
Listen,
The fact that they are close to each other, they are playing each other today, makes it all more entertaining.
with so much action happening in and around them, I believe whoever it is that goes on to clinch that ultimate winner would be the one to
Yeah,
stay.
we'll definitely secure it.
If they play out a draw, it might look like they are safe, but see, so much action is going to be happening. There's Dracarys who's going to be on 33 if he wins his game. Game with just if he wins the next 2 games, one against Guru, one against Simply
Simply
Uzo.
Uzo, yeah.
He'll be on 33 also. Mr. Oga and Wolivation don't have the best of goal differences. So if you're looking at a Wolivation, for example, you know that he definitely does not have to play for a draw. If he plays for a draw, he's in trouble. 6 goals difference. You have people who are in and around that area with 2 goals difference, with 4 goal difference. He's in soup. He's in trouble. So I mean, for a Wolivation, it's a must win. For a Mr. Oga, it is a must win. Maybe a draw will suffice for him because he does have those high numbers in terms of the goal difference, but it's going to be him playing in dangerous waters. Don't forget, Yemi Lee is somewhere around there with 24 goals difference after getting 31 points.
I mean, it is insane to look at that table right there. But on the ultimate day, we've got something crazy for you guys. Yesterday, we had some shocking results. Today, maybe might follow suit. Like I said earlier, to start us off, today will be an important fixture. Tactical playing Dracarys early on. Tactical needing to finish in the top 3. Dracarys with a little bit of a chance to make top 8. Baji Senior will be playing Dada Boy as well later on. Anif and Khalid also to law content. We've got Flick and Bright for our first round of fixtures.
That's the first round, and you know already from the first round, you're beginning to see how things are shaping up with Anife possibly defining where he's going to be standing after his game with Khalid. Bright and Freak, both players seemingly out of the race, but of course, they will be playing for glory. Baji Senior and Dada Boy will be looking forward to that one. So important. But the first game on the broadcast, Tactical versus Dracarys. That game, I tell you, you cannot afford to miss.
It can go anywhere, to be honest.
Listen, it can go anywhere. For Tactical, he definitely needs more money.
Yesterday he lost, so I think he's coming in today with a little bit of vengeance.
Oh, wow. And the second round of games, you have Guru versus Game with Josh. That one, listen, you have to get locked in because this is attack versus defense. We did see a little bit of some shakiness from Guru last week, yesterday.
Even though he won his games.
He won his game, but every goal was celebrated differently. And he's going up against a game with Josh, looking forward to getting his way into the top 8. Something you don't have to, you cannot miss at all. Simply Uzo going up against Son of God in the second round of games. And in the last round of the action, Simply Uzo will also go up against Game with Josh, while KK and Rhymes will make battle, as well as King Nonex versus Timmy. Those 2 games,
Title deciders.
Yes, title deciders. We're going to have them concurrently, so we don't miss out on any of that action.
I mean, it is just perfectly suited for us. And you know what? I was speaking to Mr. Ozo, who controls what happens when it comes to fixtures. And the thing is, he didn't plan for this to be how the last stats will end. But then it's indeed crazy. You look at more or less the top 10 stats when you look at the power rankings in terms of like goals scored. You see Kinonix with the highest goal difference. He hasn't scored the most goals, but he's conceded very less.
Yes.
So that's him with 50 points, 50 goal difference, and those 43 points. You see KK also follows suit. Doesn't have a lot of goal difference, but the points do follow. But then you look at other guys who have been banging in goals, the likes guys of Anif, Guru, all of those guys have been scoring a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at Yemoli. He's the one who he should be actually very, very comfortable. The amount of goals he has scored, but you look at a whole lot of those draws conceded in those moments where he couldn't manage the games across the entirety of these 7 weeks. And you're looking at it and you're wondering to yourself, how much more this man be beating himself up that he currently isn't sort of in the conversation to make the ultimate spot. I mean, with his performances, he's not so far off. You're looking at 31 points. You're looking at 43 points from King Nonex. You look at about 5 games where he dropped points in the dying embers of the game. I mean, if those had gone in, by now we possibly would have been having a 3-man showdown. Who knows?
Exactly. I mean, the way things are shaping up, it is indeed insane with 12 players still an opportunity, and it's just 8 spots available. I think give or take like 3 or 4 players are kind of safe, but the rest of like the 7, which is indeed crazy. So in the chat, if you are there right now, tell me the 2 players that for you would go on to miss out. So I mean, it's something that we'll be keeping a close eye on. Very, very important to notice those things. You're welcome to week 7, day 2, National Esoccer Pro League,
The final
action.
day.
And we go into our first game on the broadcast, and I believe Dracarys is ready to go. Yesterday, his performance, I think it was okay to do it. If he can start aggressively today, you remember yesterday when he played against Mr. Oga, he wasn't bad at all. If he can kind of go in with that same intensity, that would be insane.
Yes, as you can see, the golden pad. We have so much really on this show that
the
is
best
so
goal
exciting.
scorer,
The
sure.
best goal scorer right now, Anife is right in front of that one. And you know, looking back at it, you can see King Nonex is currently last on that
That's goal
leaderboard.
scored.
For the goal scored. He has 86
But
goals.
goal
scored.
difference, he's
But the goal
first.
defense, he's first.
Tells you about
So
the defense.
He has only considered 36 goals. That's crazy. That's insane. But Anife, with those triggered runs, that man has scored craziness. Guru, interestingly, is the second place in terms of goals scored. He has 102 goals. So it looks like as though Anife might have just run away with this one. KK is on 101 goals scored. Yemi is on 96. Mr. Oga on 95. Tactical on 88. Rhymes 87. Game with Josh 86. Interesting. Wow, King Nonex has 86 also.
I mean, I think when we're speaking about the best offenses, maybe you not outright say that Anif has the best offense. But the thing is, when he's clicking on all gears in one game, you have confidence that he'll score a lot of goals. And we saw it constantly throughout some of those games for him.
I mean, and going back to the fact that I've always said one of the worst things to face is an Anif who is on the flank, bearing down on goal. He's so clinical. He makes up his mind before he even gets that ball. He decides what he wants to do with the ball. And once he gets in front of the keeper, he takes the shot. I mean, we did have a game where Anif took probably like 7 shots and scored 6 goals. That's how clinical that man can be, especially when he's in top gear, locked in form, just like you said. But we're turning our attentions right back into the game right now, where the win probability for the very first time is this. It's almost tied.
Point
I don't know,
three,
it's
point
yeah.
3.8.
This is insane. This is insane. 37.31% win probability for Dracarys, 37.69.
I mean,
for
if you're looking at the positions, you'd expect that the
Maybe it's
win
gonna be a huge
probability
gap.
would be huge for Tactical, but I kind of agree with it a little bit with the fact that Dracarys cannot afford to lose. I think Tactical might be okay with maybe a loss or a draw, but then he also wants that top 3 finish. So, I mean, it makes for a very, very entertaining case, this one.
Yeah. And the guys are cleared in, locked in. Hopefully, we do see a repeat of the first half from Dracarys against a Mr. Oga.
yeah.
That was the best FC I have seen from him throughout this tournament. If he's able to repeat that Afro Panda Esports man, then we might just have another gem on our hands. As we go, the very first game for the ultimate showdown, Dracarys versus Tactical. Kick us off as we try to find out who is going to be the ultimate champion for today. And we're going to see the 8 contenders also, the 8 gladiators that will make their way to the ultimate arena, the Coliseum, where the elites will be waiting. 8 guys from the pro leagues going up against 8 guys in the elite leagues. One arena. This is going to be an amazing night.
Well, it is promises to be very, very crazy. And I'm looking at how Dracarys starts this game. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to take the game to Tactical, knowing what is at stake with the chance of still making the elite leagues later on. As we do begin this one, Dracarys, I believe, is in that orange kit representing Afro Panda Esports. Very, very hard. And we'll see him give a through ball early. Just testing the waters and testing that defense of Tactical. Yesterday, Tactical's defense wasn't the best at all. I mean, he kind of struggled in that game. If that is something to kind of note about, then I think Dracarys can attack him early and cause him problems early.
I mean, of course, you do realize that it's Tactical. It is Dracarys who has every single thing to lose. But you see how much Yashin also is locked in for the action for today, stepping up when it matters the most to ensure that that attack is nullified properly. I mean, when you're going up against someone who has everything to lose, you see how spirited sometimes their performances are, and I expect that same performance from a Dracarys going up against a Tactical who has all but booked his spot in the top 8. It is just now a matter of placement and how much he's going to be able to get in terms of the prize money. Don't forget also, this is brought to you by Cape Esports in conjunction with Game Evo, the platform for production, the very best in Nigeria. You can see how much the production has been at its apex throughout this whole tournament. We say also salute to Esports Federation of Nigeria, Game Pride, who have been our partners from day one, and Esports Africa News, who have been giving us all the related news in the esports industry throughout the tournament side.
Well, you look at what Dracarys did yesterday and the patterns that he kind of followed. It is pretty interesting to see how he has kind of tweaked this game a little bit, looking a little bit quicker on the eye and trying to be more, I'll say, decisive in transition. And we see him trying to go to that early. But we know with Tactical, when he's settled, it's difficult to more or less break him down. In the first 12 minutes, Dracarys has learned that it's not going to be an easy game at all coming up against this Tactical in this type of form. Even though he lost yesterday, speaking of Tactical, as he goes on, yet another attack, another still one earlier on in this game. Yama will find Wilson. I mean, yesterday, Kologalaga's item, I think, was pretty impressive, making all of those late runs into the box for Dracarys. See if he can replicate something close to what he did yesterday.
This game has sort of stalled a little bit, but you cannot take your eyes off it, because as soon as you blink, you might just be missing out on a very, very important piece of detail from this game. Dracarys still in this one. Is 15 minutes so far. It hasn't been a bad showing from him. This is very spirited. It tells you how much it means to him that that man from the Afro Panda esports community is able to do what he can and wait for other guys in and around him to sort of drop points or create some space for him to sort of step up to the top 8 position. And you're looking at this performance, especially in the past 2-3 games, and you're wondering if this was something that he had sort of pulled out of his hat early on, we might have been seeing a different Dracarys in terms of the position and placement on that leaderboard. But whatever the case is, I think maybe he's just found himself here, and he can just have to work with what he has in terms of the resources.
You have to play who is in front of you. And even if he didn't start well, you keep saying it's better late than never. He is here in the party, but there's danger looming. And he shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Shocking one from Tactical. Our first big chance of this game. And you can tell the pressure of the final day of the National Esoccer Pro League might just be getting to both of these players right there. First massive chance, and Tactical shooting straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, when we speak about playing on the final day of the league, it comes with a little bit of pressure, and maybe Tactical just feeling a little bit of it early on here.
Any other day, and that one from Shelling, who we have had so many arguments about her being the ultimate player card of the tournament, would definitely be lodging into the bottom or the top corner of that net. But whatever the case is, Dracarys survives that one early. He now has a chance for him to go at it and probably throw everything he has. I love that particular, when you use that particular word, throw everything he has at the kitchen sink and possibly see what can stick against someone as deadly as that.
I mean, Dracarys has got to be careful though. That offensive sequence of Tactical right there shows that this one has still got, even if he's not in the best of forms, he still got, he knows how to break a defense. That when you're playing FC in a lot of iterations, what you're trying to do is move a lot of the defenses around. This one didn't need too many moves. Dracarys hits top spot, and just like that, he leads with an excellent finesse shot. Shelling, the main culprit, is behind it again.
Listen, we did say we're going to expect to see very spirited performance from him, and I have to tell you, it has been a very, very on-gear type of game from Dracarys throughout this one. From the very get-go, he has been doing his absolute best to see how he can sort of that one.
That takes a lot of confidence. It takes you knowing that Shelling will be able to do that. He's in again.
Oh! You see how that man hangs his head down a little bit. Every goal is celebrated differently from this point. This is the final lap. Every stride, every movement, it is looked at differently. My goodness. I mean, you were talking about how it takes a lot of confidence to take that one. First goal, how you went. I feel like it just takes a lot of Shelling's ability. Once you know it's Shelling and you have a tight angle, you definitely have to try a lot.
Wow. I mean, we didn't want to count Afro Panda out early. And I mean, Dracarys represented them and started strongly. 2 goals in quick succession kind of started the game slow, and these last 5 minutes look incredibly impressive on the ball, knocking it around really well, kind of quickening the pace a bit as well. Dracarys really means to be in that top 8. And mind you, if he goes on to win this game, that puts him on 33 points, which for life standings, he will get into the top 8. But, of course, there's still more games to go down. It still gives him a little bit of a slim chance. But you know what? Like Manny and I say, control what is in front of you. The controllables will be this game for Dracarys, and he started in the perfect way possible. I mean, from his opinion, of course. For tactical, though, I think he's been hit by a massive storm, because he did get the first big chance of the game, kind of spend it a little bit, and Dracarys has taken full advantage of it. Dracarys always first to the loose balls. Sega, player local coming, and the Afro Panda man now will certainly smell blood, and it looks like he might be in pole position again.
Oh, that is a Dracarys we've always wanted to see on stream. The man who is mixing it up, turning things around very, very quickly with these performances. Good performances. They're getting the goals. Again, got that one in a very tight angle. You know it's Lamine Yamal on that strong foot. It is definitely going to be lodging between that net.
Well, we asked for an entertaining start, and you know what? Dracarys has obliged. He's really accepted the challenge. And you know what? The message is, I'm not out of this yet. He could potentially be in that top 8 race going down to the wire. 34 minutes in, starting strongly, up by 3-0 quick. And I mean, there's just a zip about the way he's moving in this game early on. I like what I'm seeing from him. So confident on the ball. And I mean, possession-wise as well, he's dominating. Yamal.
Yes. Well, that one, not necessarily the best of moves there from Dracarys, but I'm liking the fact that right now he has 3 goals to the good. He has stepped up when he needed to, and I think this is very, very one of the best performances we have seen from Dracarys throughout this tournament. But he has to be very, very wary and very careful. We know Tactical as a man who knows how to come back. He's a comeback specialist. He has done that a whole lot of times throughout this competition. You cannot afford to lose concentration there, Dracarys. This is a very important game for you. Manage the game. Take this 3-goal lead to halftime, and then see what you can work with in the second half. And be very, very careful of the chances in and around that area, as Dracarys will probably be looking to increase that lead to 4. He has the ball stolen off him by Tactical.
I mean, there have been multiple scenarios where I've seen people kind of get nervous in the final. Then I think we did see it early on. Dracarys now in danger of conceding as Tactical back in the game. I mean, it's not done yet. There's still a lot of time to go in this one. But I mean, with how the final day is kind of shaped up, and you look closely at that leaderboard, you can ultimately tell that there will be some nerves kicking. I think in the first 10-15 minutes, there was a little bit of nerves from both of the players. We saw Dracarys miss from point blank range, but immediately the game keeps going on. You settle down a little bit, and that opportunity showing Tactical has definitely settled into this game now.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about Dracarys not losing that 3-goal lead before halftime. It might just be the commentator curse. But now that he's gone, he has to find a way to either get that 3-goal lead back or take a 2-goal lead to halftime. And that is the only way he'll possibly be able to get something out of the game. Don't forget, it's not just about the 3 points. He has to get some of the goals too. The goals do count. You know, we have spoken about this for the very start of this competition. The amount of goals you're going to be scoring will possibly help you when it comes down to crunch time. As you can see, Dracarys gets himself the 3-goal lead back when it matters the most. It is what it is. He is back in the lead.
I mean, you see Tactical also show a little bit of frustration. I know that top 3 was just in his sights right there, but just a poor defensive sequence from him. I think Dracarys wrecks this really well, and I mean, the player lock he's there was very, very good. I mean, it's showing that if you want to cut back in such scenarios, using the player lock might be another option that you use. I know yesterday Adefala was on the broadcast and he said, you know what, he stopped using player locks. I mean, but this is an example of why maybe you can add that still to your arsenal.
Oh, well. Right in 1 minute, end to end. The goal the goal lead has been cut down to 2 again.
I mean, I see a little bit of a smack from Drakaris. You can't even believe what he's seeing and how quickly that goal went in. It came to him like a flash.
Yeah. Tactical not letting this one go. The crazy thing about this is that Tactical is the man of comebacks. We've seen it happen so many times. And you look at that as a Drakaris who has possibly done your research, looked at some of the games your opponent has played, and I think it's possibly going to be going through his mind. Listen, I'm up against the guy who knows how to turn around things in the second half. I had a 3-goal lead. It was cut down to 2. I got another one. It was cut down to 2 now. Maybe the momentum is with him. That would definitely shape the way we will see Drakaris step up in the second half. So the question is he in the right frame of mind to take the right moves, to make the right moves in this second half?
I like that he controlled majority of the stints, because this time he was working a lot with possession. But then, you know, when you have some possession of the ball, it can feel meaningless. But then his felt meaningful because he was building up from the back, inviting pressure. If your possession is not inviting pressure, and I feel like a possession, you're just kicking it around for kicking its sake, and they could potentially go work against you. But I feel like what Drakaris did in that first half, even though he kind of conceded in that final minute of the first half, he really did take the game by the scruff of the neck and showed a lot of dominance in that first half. But I mean, football is not just played in one half, and so is FC as well. I mean, he was under a lot of danger right there. Could have conceded without opportunity. That time, though, the defense coming to his rescue.
Yeah, offside trap just enough there to catch Drakaris in that position and ensure the Tactical doesn't go back down to that big goal lead, as he will go for that near post finish again. The one that did give him a whole lot of a goal there in the second half. I enjoyed so much of that one in the first half, rather. This time around, it just squeezed past the post.
Transition has been key from week 1. And I feel like nobody has shied away from it. And that's what you're supposed to do in sub-tournaments like this. If you start playing slowly, which I've got to give credit to the likes of Drakaris and Tactical 4. He's in once more, Tactical! That top 3 dream stays alive.
Bro, I mean, you have a Drakaris now sweating it out most likely because all of a sudden from a comfortable position, he is now just up by 1 goal lead against a Tactical who is a man known for his second half heroics. I don't want to be in Drakaris' shoes right now, but what advice do you have for him? Because as you can see now, quickly Drakaris responds, taking parity back to 2 goals. That is really interesting. That was so quick. We had
proper definition of if you blink, you miss.
I mean, this is the second time we're seeing a kick-off goal on today's game. Crazy affair. Something we love to see.
Well, indeed. I mean, it's something that I feel like if you've got in your Arsenal, it kind of changes the dynamic and it builds you out sometimes. Right there, it kind of builds Drakaris and it gives him that breathing room that he had earlier. But now his defense, I believe, is kind of faltering a little bit. Tactical is settling into the game, having his way with it, breaking him down much more easy as compared to the first half. And he's got to be careful with still a lot of time here to be played. Drakaris on the break once more. This man has found a lot of success in transition these days, and he just can't get it to materialize on that end. I mean, Drakaris has shown the ability to attack at such a very high level. Just, I think almost every single game of Drakaris you are seeing, he kind of concedes 3 goals or more, which
sort of gives you an idea of where the problem is a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely clear right now that it will be the defense that maybe might just cost him from making that top hit.
Yeah, and you're looking at it, and you're looking at how very, very well he has performed today. You know that this is, Boro scoop turn used by Lamine Yamal in that type of angle. Tight one there, but just enough to give him a space to take that shot to the defense. This step up properly in that angle as Tactical will be looking to make this a 3 versus 3 and most likely an opportunity for him to take a shot out. Loses the ball there, Drakaris from a good interception. It is still in the danger zone. Tactical passing, trying to stretch the defense out, drag it out of position. Drakaris trying to do that advanced defending, shoulder back badge tackle. It didn't work this time around. Another interception for Drakaris sees the offense sort of die down a little bit, and Shelling will have the opportunity to take the pressure off Drakaris' defense straight down to Tactical's offense.
Money, I think Dracarys cannot afford for this to be chaotic in like the last 5 or 10 minutes. With how nervy sometimes his games can be, if he gets to that position, I mean, I just feel like it might just benefit Tactical a little bit more because he can't afford to lose this game in some sense, but still, of course, has the ambition of finishing top 3. But for Dracarys, it is a win or, I mean, you miss out on the top 8, and right now he is in a very strong position. With about 25 minutes to go here on the main broadcast. We're coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, where we've been doing this for the last 7 weeks. It's been a madness here inside the Game Evolution Studios, the National Esoccer Pro League, brought to you by KD Sports. Great move from Tactical. Can he cap it off with a goal? Looking for the cap back, passes it through a crowded area, and that time the execution not coming to fruition.
You know what's interesting is that Dracarys could easily still win this game and not make the top 8. It depends on how much goals he has at the end of the day. So he's sort of in a dilemma where, yes, you don't want to concede the goals, but you have to still try your best and sort of take your goal difference to the next level. Anything that happens in the game between Guru and game with Josh will possibly take some goals off Guru, or maybe add some goals to Guru's equation. So you have to ensure that you are all rounded, and as you see that defense trying to do their best to first of all stop Tactical from scoring, and would now seek to sort of take the lead to at least 3 or 4 before the end of this action.
I mean, for the whole of the league across the 6 weeks, 7 weeks, it's been just 2 wingers we've been seeing, or maybe Pedro Neto also in the mix, especially on the right hand side. We've seen Olise, we've seen
Pedro
a lot
Neto.
of Yamal, and of course Pedro Neto as well. But just yesterday, we've been introduced to one guy who I think should be shouted out heavily. And if you're looking for a left winger, I think Ethan Nwaneri right now is not looking like a bad pick at all.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
they
did see
said
a lot
that
of him in week 7.
285k points, and I think for what he has, it's perfect. You're looking for finesse play style plus, he's got
He
it
has
for
it.
you. He's a left footer playing on the right hand side. He's got rapid plus as well. He's got low driven, incisive pass, pink pass, tiki taka as well, press proven, technical, quick step. Basically everything you want in your winger. He's
At
got,
a
he
cheaper
can pass, can finish. He's got pace as well. I believe his pace is at 92 pace, which is not bad at all for someone who will be playing on the way, because you know these days people are triggering midfielders, so you need your wingers to be able to also kind of play the passing behind, play the simple short passes, the one-time passes. Of course, the ENF has also come out with the fact that you don't need to have the tiki-taka to be able to play the one-time passes. So having a guy like Nwaneri that cheap, 285k in your team, it's not bad at all. And I believe yesterday he did the job. I said like, so Guru use him, was very good, and I'm seeing also Tactica also deploy him, which it's not bad at all.
You know what's interesting? Now I'm thinking to myself with the latest update from EFC. I'm sure if there's anybody who is currently smiling very, very heavily, it is Anif, because he'll be looking forward to using that update in the elite division, where he knows he can do those first time through passes.
Basically everybody.
Yeah, so
The players got go passing stats.
anybody going up against Anif, GG's to you. Good luck.
Good
'Cause
luck.
you're going to need it a lot.
Yeah, because now before maybe you were fearing maybe
Couple of the
other guys
midfielders.
that could stop you, and now
love that L1 stop there.
Dracarys looking unstoppable. I think he's put this game beyond Tactical now, with a 3-goal lead in about 15 minutes ago.
If he
The
loses,
Afro Panda man keeps himself in check.
I'm going to say this: if he loses this three goal lead, then most likely he doesn't deserve to be in the top 8, and I'm sure he has that at the back of his mind. So we possibly will see the man lock in a way we have never seen before. The fact that he was able to, sort of anticipate where Tactical was going to try and go and stop him, and was just able to use that L1 stop, gave him all the room in the world to pick a spot and bury it beyond the goalkeeper. It is 7-8 minutes on the game clock, as we will be looking to wrap this one up for Dracarys to get himself a huge 3 points. 3 points that he will definitely be giving him an opportunity to make 33 points. I think he's now going to be straight going. If you look at the leaderboard after this action, he'll go straight into the top 8 while he'll be waiting for all of the action around him.
Tactical in space could get one back and does. 10 minutes, 2 goals in 10 minutes is not impossible.
Rat.
It is probable, and I think Dracarys has got to be careful.
I have one word for Dracarys: make the game uneasy, make the game terrible. Park the bus like a Mourinho. Rat as much as you can, and possibly if you have a space, you have time, you have 2-goal lead, so it's not so bad. You could possibly maybe try and get something out of it again. But for now, this is the best time to manage the game, and as you can see, he's managing it in the right place, up top, without triggering any runs. That means that he's not in danger of any sort of transition from Tactical. You know that Tactical That man is always dangerous when it comes to transition, and that you can have Pacho pass back to goalkeeper. Have about seven.
I mean,
6
he's
minutes.
taking like 4 straight minutes of the clock already.
Yes, sir. And that's what we have been talking about consistently on here. And we have this comment from Holistic. We say, I would like for Dracarys to make it in the top 8. Well, we really love to have a lot of players in the top 8. Ultimately, it's down to the players to, do the business and find a way to get themselves in. That's that shot there from Tactical. Would sort of take some time off the clock also as we go for a corner kick routine. If he's able to get this one out, Dracarys, that would do him a whole lot of good. Defend he must. Bad defending, but very good offense there from Tactical.
I mean, I did say in these last 5 minutes it could prove nervy for Dracarys. Now it will test his resolve. 5 minutes to still keep your dream alive, and we know Tactical will put the full press on.
He took 4 minutes off the game clock initially. If he can find a way to take it off again, then he must just have done the business.
Well, we get to see another glimpse of how that goal went down. Excellent build-up from that corner kick routine. And the all-important goal goes in for Tactical. Now he'll put the press on. 1 minute plus added time to go. It's now or never for Tactical to try once more. And for Dracarys, all he's doing it. He's trying to hold on to it as he clears it up top, and that was quite risky, knowing that Wilson was not the tallest. Final opportunity to go for Tactical. Can he spoil the party? Shelling will find Sega. Lavelle. The last transition has got to be perfect. He can't turn back now. Does he have one more attack in him? Lavelle on the wing is just passing through a crowded area. Dracarys will stay true.
Wow.
His chances of making top 8 are still alive. And with the final game of his campaign, he will now hope that other results go his way.
Yes, he's done the business. He's done his own part. And that's one thing we have always said, especially going into the business end of this competition. Do what you must. Do it very well. You see how much it means to him, the emotion coursing through his veins as he celebrates these huge 3 points. He's done the business. He's on 33 points now. Now he'll be looking and possibly wishing a whole lot of the other contenders are not so well going forward. Dracarys, the very first game on the broadcast today, has gotten a huge 3 points against that man.
Manny, now the rest are looking at this game like, yo, the likes of Mr. Oga, Elevation,
Guru.
Rhymes, KK.
Guru.
No, not KK necessarily.
Well, yeah.
Rhymes, Guru,
Yeah.
Yemi, all of those guys, game with Josh, are looking at this game and being like, yo, now we've got to be careful.
I mean, absolutely. You're looking at a Dracarys who stepped up when it mattered the most. I think while others are looking careful, the guys who are traditionally in the top 8, the guys who were outside the top 8 looking to get in, the Emmys, who, if he gets to spoil the party for a King Non-X, of course, will make his way in. He'll be taking off some inspiration from this game. You have the game with Josh, who has 2 games today. He'll be taking some inspiration from this game, of course. As you can hear also in the arena, the boys congratulating that man. Telling him that, listen, you have done your own part of the job. You have done the business. We love that. We're going to take some inspiration from you.
Oh, certainly. This whole league has been an inspiration. But we'll see if the inspiration will channel into massive wins, into massive qualifications into the Elite League. This was just game 1 on our ultimate broadcast for today, the last day of the National Esoccer Pro League. There's still more to come. We'll be right back. One end, you look like you're about to go up. There is more or less like a goal line clearance. On the other end, on that same possession, it sometimes does really hurt. And I know if you play FC at any capacity, whether pro level, casual level, I mean, you definitely agree with me that one is definitely going to hurt. And credit to King Non-X, a little bit of the mind games, but immediately that ball got to Shelling's feet. He knew what he wanted to do with the build-up. So beautiful. Look at that cross pass from Caroline Sega. One touch into Shelling. Kind of baited him with how he went to the left
It
side.
did look like he was going to turn onto Shelling's left and right against that turn. As soon as Ali committed the defender, we did see Shelling have favorite and rise there. Absolutely insane stuff we are just seeing from these players. King Non-X now trying to see if he can double that lead, make it 3-1 in his favor. That will possibly give a whole lot of breathing space in this one because Anif is the guy who is not definitely going to be lined out. We have only played 57 minutes, I believe, on the clock. That's a lot of time.
It's 67 actually as the clock does keep ticking. Maybe Non-X are kind of redefined the corner kick technique because usually what we saw in the first 2 weeks was
down back and using the
knocking
finesse
it back.
going.
But this time he's actually knocking it inside, right in front of the goalkeeper.
Every champion starts with the dream.
You're champion for the VGA Grid 25 will be Montana. Incredible.
Watch out for me. We are going back to back. Huge prize pools. So watch out. Back to back. I will do it myself.
A few survive the journey.
I'm really relieved because these are where the top players show like what they have in their locker.
Across 5 phases, the grid lines tested them. Rivalries were born.
They told me I'm washed. Make them off. I won the phase 5, so make them watch out for the main event.
New heroes emerged.
SCU.
And now the grid is set.
This is something like we've never seen before.
32 players, 3 legacy champions, 19 grid lines warriors, 8 top players from the Ghana Esports League, and 2 African wildcards from Nigeria.
My Ghanaian brothers and my Ghanaian haters, man. Shout out to VGA for inviting me to their great tournament happening on March 14th to the 15th. I'm going to be in Ghana for about 2 days playing their tournament, and boys, expect the unexpected.
Hi guys, Adefola here, and I'm proud to announce to you guys that I've been invited for the VGA Grade 2026. It will be happening on the 14th and 15th of March, so you guys should make sure you are there to support us because we're going for the gold.
And now, the VGA Grid 26 goes live March 14th and 15th at the Foresight TV Mansion, streaming live on KD Sports YouTube channel. VGA Grid 26, rise to the top.
From Akwa Ibom to Lagos,
From Delta to Lagos,
20 players registered into this league.
7 weeks.
A lot of noise, a lot of confidence. But when it's time to perform, they faded. I didn't.
Here I am, week after week. I proved I got something in me. Back to back at the top of the league.
King Nonex has had his moment. Respect to him.
Coming into the league, they said I was the underdog, but now they're calling me the king.
I didn't travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to clap for a little prince.
And the truth is, I didn't come here to participate.
I came to take his crown.
I came here to dominate. So
Next
week
week
7 is the
week
final
7,
week.
that cup,
So I am King Nonex.
I'm lifting it.
This is my league.
See you there.
And watch me live on KD Sports.
And there you have it. You just heard from the 2 players and what is said to be one of Nigeria's biggest ever FC showdowns. Kenonex has spoken, so has Kiki. Both of them are poised to win the National Esoccer Pro League with just 2 points separating them. It's going to be a banger on the final match. Join us on KD Sports YouTube channel. It is going to be something you've never seen before. And mind you, people are still gunning for top 8. See you there.
And I'm playing game with Josh, my last game, to round off the tournament. I'll definitely get it win because that 9 point is so crucial and I need it. So
And I'm playing Guru. That's the last game for the tournament. It's going to be a very crazy match because I need as much point as I can get to qualify to the top 8. So it's going to be a very tough match.
Yes, Abuja Man Guru. Now you know that this one is a definite must win for both players. Game with Josh, yes, he's played 70 games. He has 2 games to play today. This one could potentially take him to 30 points, while he will look for the one that will take him to 33 points. Right now, that is the hallmark for everybody who is aspiring to make it to the top 8. 33 points or nothing. Guru, on the other hand, he cannot afford to lose. If he loses this one, not only is he out of the top 8 race, but he possibly, most likely, would always have to face the backlash from this game, as that conversation about the Abuja versus Lagos will always come back to haunt him. Sly.
I think the fact that Guru has like 34 points makes him a little bit safe. But the thing is, there's motivation behind him winning. Because now that Tactical has lost, if Guru wins, it takes him to 37 points, which would elevate him into the top 3. And now top 3 for someone who came and said, Abuja is better than Lagos. That's like a good statement to make. That's a really good statement to make. So there's a lot of motivation for him to win. But I don't think there's any bigger motivation than what we have for a guy like Game with Josh. Because win and you still keep your hopes alive, lose, and that's goodbye to you. But we see how these guys have fared all throughout the last 7 weeks of this tournament. Both of them, they've been quite close when it comes to the number of wins that they've had. 10 of those wins have gone for Guru, and of course 8 of them for Game with Josh. And for Game with Josh, one thing that we can confidently say is that in these big games, he turns up, and he turns up sometimes in style. We are hoping that he can have that type of game. But the thing is, the Guru he's facing is a different beast right now. Yesterday we saw an animated Guru, guy who was nervous but was playing some exquisite FC, and if he brings that to the fore today, Game with Josh might have some trouble dealing with it.
If there's any other time for Game with Josh to sort of make another sort of statement, we've known him as the statement maker, the man who has always found a way to bring down the so-called kings of the game. The very first one who were called a giant slayer after some of the heroics he's experienced in some of the games. The elite division wasn't the best. He came down to the pro leagues. It gave him a different test and an opportunity to sort of make another statement. And we've seen what he's done so far. It's just been a whole lot of inconsistencies for him. The games where you expect him to, sort of have a decent showing, he's always struggled. But in the games where you sort of say, you know what, there's no way he is turning up today, that's when he turns up, and he turns up very, very well. The man who knows how to cook, now he's in the kitchen. He has an opportunity to go up against Abuja's man, Abuja's representative. That already tells you that there's so much history that's going to be happening behind this game. There's so much in the background. The Abuja guys, of course, are going to be looking forward to seeing their man, like you said, make top 3 to sort of cement that conversation and say, you know what, if Guru can come all the way from Abuja to come to a Lagos tournament. Yes, I mean, it's a Nigerian tournament, but it's happening in Lagos, currently hosted in Lagos, and he's able to dominate and make top 3. That sort of, I think you would say, validates Guru's conversation about him being able to take on anybody in that top 8 conversation.
I mean, I'm looking at Game with Josh's team,
chemistry,
and it's different from everybody else. using Del Piero as the striker, where a week ago he was using Smith. He's using Freeman at the right back, who nobody's using Freeman, only him. He's using Vidic as a centre back, which is different from everybody else as well. So Game with Josh is going with a different route. Maybe something that he's planned for the final game. With Guru is sticking to what worked for him yesterday, and it was quite impressive yesterday, I must say. Schlotterbeck and Van der Ven, two defenders who are quite pacey. Van der Ven, 94 pace, Schlotterbeck, 86 pace. Quick enough to kind of track all of those runs that I'm sure he'll be expecting Game with Josh to make. But the all-important change for me in Guru's team, the striker, Mateo. Him and I believe Elevation changed their strikers yesterday, and they were a huge influence for them, especially with Guru. I think Mateo, she's got required play styles to play as a striker for you. The pace is detailed, 93 pace, 92 shooting, 90 passing, 88 passing, 90 dribbling, like all-round balanced player, and it's somebody that you're expecting to kind of always produce. You know, when you have players in the game where a minimum they'll give you like a 7 out of 10 performance.
Yeah.
You know, okay, you can rock with somebody like this. But then sometimes you have players in the game where, look, the stats are there, but you feel like it's fake.
Yeah.
Like, you see the guy, I'm like,
wow, what is, why did I buy him?
do you really have 90 shots? You start to question yourself.
From what I've seen so far, are you sure it's 90-90?
Like,
you know, it's like,
you don't feel it at all. There's some players who have like 82 shoots. Like, I'm speaking about Pina, Gold Pina. She has like 70 or 60 strength. But when she goes shoulder to shoulder with the defender, she's able to stand the ground.
Yeah.
So you kind of question yourself, does she really have 60 strength?
what exactly is in this
Like,
strength
there's
stats?
something in there that's just different from everybody else. But for that Mateo item, if you're looking to equip here, one thing I can tell you is confirmed the stats do match. Now we've got a blockbuster game on our hands. Game with Josh facing Guru. Game with Josh. Must win game on the carton for Guru. Top 3 in sight. We'll see how this one pans out as we see Dracarys earlier on keeping his dream alive. We will see Game with Josh follow suit and also keep his dream alive in this race. Guru and the all blue, I believe, from left to right in this one. As for Game with Josh, we'll be looking to be, I don't know the approach Game with Josh is. You know, sometimes he's very aggressive in the start. Sometimes too, he's very conservative, cautious from the start. What do you think he's going to start this game like, knowing that he needs a win?
No, you cannot afford to be conservative as Guru would try to squeeze it into that near post. You did see exactly how Dracarys started out today. He went all the aggressive attack, and that was the only reason why he was able to get something out of that game, because early on, as you can see, Game with Josh now quickly tries to turn the corner routine into a transitioning moment for him, going 3 versus 1 this time around. Lise not being able to be found in proper space. He cannot afford to sit back. He's the one who needs the goals. He needs the points.
Manny, we know how important corners are in this game with if you're able to master some forms of corner routines. Well, he didn't need the corner routines to score this goal. That's Guru. Locked in as ever, and today the water is back.
The water is back. The nerves are a little bit relaxed.
Calmer, yeah.
Yesterday, for the first game, he had no water. He was fasting, that man. He was praying to God that he was able to find that way to get back in. But this is early moments. Yes, Game with Josh considered for that low driven effort. Not much you could do in that moment. As soon as that ball was received in that area by Guru, you knew it was going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'll speak about possessions back with the corner. I think one thing that people have to learn from this game is corners. Look, you can score from the corner kick routine, but one thing that you cannot afford to do is commit too many bodies for the corner. You have to have as many bodies back as possible. You saw how Guru defended it. It's because he had a lot of people back to defend the counter-attack. Because, Manny, you and I both know how deadly counter-attacks have been in this league. If you commit too many bodies forward for corners, I mean, you are testing the waters, and it's a huge risk that you are taking.
I love the fact that Game just saw that pass and that triggered run all the way through, and being able to defend it properly shows you he has done his homework, he has done his research. Now it's up to him to sort of turn things around. But the problem has now been the passing in that 18-yard box. The final passing have been poor. Game just has done everything good so far, so good in the opening stages. It is still open. It is just 10 minutes gone on the clock. But I'm not so impressed with the passing that he has sort of used in that final third. It might just be the one that will be the difference maker. But whatever the case is, we'll find out as Guru is playing around that box, looking for space, trying to make things happen quickly. And yes, he has that chance. Ball rolls the ball out this time around. He is not able to escape the attention of the defenders from Game with just as he will go on another assault of that defense there. Guru has the ball.
I mean, you see how Guru has started this game. A little bit calmer than yesterday, and I think that tactical loss only fueled him because for a man needing top 3 position finish,
Wow.
it's looking like it might be on a different level as we speak. A little bit of the wrong use of the, I believe, the offside trap. I think it was facing him at that time. But sometimes, you know what, we're advising that the player has to be turned back for you to activate the offside trap. But the thing is, sometimes it's a bait. He knows you like the offside trap, so he turns, making you think you can activate it. Then all of a sudden, it turns around really quickly and he can punish you. That's not happening in this case. But then game with Josh will have to learn, and he'll have to learn quickly.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, these are the type of games that are very, very cruel because they will punish you so bad you might not. This going back to game to the passing. The passing has been very, very poor. I don't know what it is, but I'm not comfortable seeing Game with Josh struggle to get the ball into the 18 yards of Guru. We have not seen him make any attempts in that 18 yards, while Guru has had all the time he wants in at the danger zone as he will go ahead this time around with Waneri. You know, he's a left footer. The right footed shots there, low driven it wasn't enough to cause problems. Now, Guru just has to lock it again to defend the corner. This time does it right. He was one of the very first to figure out a way how to defend this particular corner routines early on in the season. But now he has to defend the movement again out of possession for him.
I mean, this speaks to Game with Josh's adaptability in these first 20 minutes. And the thing is, this is not new to him, to be honest with you. In this league, he's had to come back from huge deficits, so it is not beyond him. But for a player like Guru, who has that third place in his sight, he's got to be able to take the game to Guru a little bit more aggressively, and now he's not doing that, and it might spell more trouble. Fortunately for him, though, slightly offside from Guru, but he's got to be careful now. This game could get away from him very, very quickly. Game with Josh has to settle, and he has to settle quickly. Smith, he needs this goal to go in from Shelling, and another save coming big from Yashin that time around.
Trying to squeeze it under the legs of the goalkeeper, but Yashin doing just the business and doing it properly enough. You know, going back to the conversation about the play styles and the fact that he has a free man in right back position, that is Game with Josh. And I think the problem for me has always been the fact that the free man the passing has not really been good. You know, I've talked about the passing over and over again, and it's almost always come from that position. You know, you look at it, it probably give you an idea of how important these play styles, the tiki-taka and the incisive passes are for every single player you have, especially one who will probably be making inroads towards the danger zone for your opponent's 18-yard box.
Game with Josh. I mean, I think all of his offensive possessions have kind of been stopped in this track. You've only seen him one time properly break Guru down. And I know it's still early days, but you don't want to give the signal that you are kind of unable to put things together up front. It can cause a lot of problems for you. It can cause your opponent to be a little bit more comfortable in committing more bodies forward. You've got to put a little bit of fear in him to tell him, you know what, you can't commit that many bodies forward. It's not that easy to attack against me. That time a little bit better. We're trying to create the space, but Guru very alert to the danger and getting back into space to defend.
I'm seeing an Olise card and I'm seeing a Waneri card at the same time. I'm wondering where.
I think he's playing in Waneri on the
position?
midfield, yes, in the camp position. I think he can play that position as well, so it's quite interesting to see him in that position. Now, speaking that he's got tiki-taka, he's got incisive as well, so he's good enough to play that position. So it's quite interesting to see how he will play that position. I mean, you can use him as a finesse guy as well from that right-hand side. Game with Josh desperately needing to get back on this one. If you just joined the broadcast, this is National Esoccer Pro League final day. If you don't know still the context with this one being played, Guru has an opportunity to finish top 3, and he's taking it with both hands.
This one is easy walk in the park for Guru. The man who we question his mentality going into this game has sort of shushed all of us, especially people who doubted his ability to take a win off Game with Josh. This has not been the type of outing we expected from a Game with Josh type of game against a big dog. That goalkeeper should have been coming out off his line a whole lot earlier on. This is absolutely unacceptable from the defense. You can't do this against a man of Game with Josh.
I was questioning why he was using Vidic at the back end. That through ball came on Vidic's side.
Yeah.
If maybe it was a Chiellini, who we know is impressive, a lot of people are using. I mean, I think he's using Van der Ven and Vidic. If he had gone on Van der Ven's side, I think he would have been able to catch up. And the fact that he's using Vidic on that side, not the quickest, but you know these days with Chiellini, Van der Ven, those guys are extremely quick. They will help you in that position, and unfortunately for Game with Josh, just couldn't survive that onslaught. And in 30 in-game minutes, the Abuja man logged in as ever. As we keep preaching, well, the best players do not only come from Lagos. Abuja has shown that when they do get the opportunity, they can produce. Remember, the last league that KD Sports had, the National Esoccer League last year, was an Abuja man that went on to lift it. Even though this year, it will not be an...
Wait, Farouk is not Abuja man.
You want the Abuja people to come for you in the chat?
Yeah, I mean, they can come, but Farouk is more of a Lagos player than anything.
Where my Abuja boys they please?
I mean,
confirm to Mani where Farouk is from.
I mean, how many years?
I mean, if we have Farouk here, he'll tell you he's an Abuja
Yeah,
boy.
I mean, he will tell you because, of course, he grew up in Abuja. But listen, I mean, you look at it, and you can also call me an Abuja man because we have them already in the comment section talking about Farouk is an Abuja man. But listen, if you look at it, I grew up in Abuja also, but I spent a whole lot of my time in the esports scene in Lagos.
If Mani goes to win a tournament, we should call him a Lagos player.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you won't see me at such heights anymore. But listen, I think it's fair to, at this point in time, stake a claim to Farouk being a full-breed Lagos man. I mean, he spends most of his time in Lagos.
You can't blame him because all of the tournaments are in Lagos. But I mean, Farouk, I'm not sure wouldn't want to forget his roots, and I'm sure he wants to remind everybody about it. Well, speaking of reminding us, Game with Josh reminding us that, you know what? I mean, I'm down by 3 goals. That doesn't mean it's the end of the road for me. There could be a possible way for me to work back in this game.
This just reminds me of one of the games we did. See, I can't remember who exactly right now. We're Game with Josh. Started out this badly also. Went down by 3 goals. Sort of found a way to turn things around in the game. I'm not saying anything could happen. I'm not saying that would happen again in this one. But I think he might be looking at himself and say, you know what? This is interesting. And Dutch is saying, please, I beg. Even Farouk will say he's an Abuja boy. Yeah, of course, Farouk has every right to say he's an Abuja boy because his family stays there. But I'm telling you, for me, Farouk is a Lagos boy. He spent so much time in Lagos. I mean, he has most of his success he's had in Lagos. We're definitely taking him from off your hands, Dutch. My apologies. Where has Farouk spent of it? No, the question is, where has Farouk spent most of his esports time? As the near post from Game with Josh would see the goalkeeper have to be able to call it into action. Don't flex it. Farouk. Abuja all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody would disagree with Mani on this one.
Nah,
look,
listen,
I think it's Abuja through and through. You've got to see.
Listen. For me, it's a question of where have you found most success? Okay. I'm going to give an example. We all know Thiago Alcantara is a Brazilian player, right? You know he's a Brazilian, right?
Is he not playing for the Spanish national team?
Exactly. Why did he play for the Spanish national team?
I mean,
why did he play for the Spanish national team?
I don't know, maybe one of his parents is supposed to be.
No, actually.
Oh, none of them?
Yeah, but most of his footballing career happened where? Exactly. That's my point.
But, I mean...
We know Cristiano Ronaldo is a Brazilian, right?
Yes, but, I mean...
Where did his footballing career start from?
Portugal. But exactly. But that's because of his mom. As we see Guru able to get one more goal to go down. This one certainly poised for that third place position. I mean, we see multiple times where players can play in one side, but when they go, they change.
Tammy Abraham is from where?
I mean, that name I expect it to be Nigerian.
Yeah, where does he play? You understand what I'm saying? Like, Nigeria, yes, could lay claim to Tammy Abraham being Nigerian. I mean, he's a Nigerian, but he plays for England, so he's what? He's what's like?
He's Nigerian.
Of course, he's an English player, but that's my thing. Like, he's had most success in Lagos. The city has really blessed him in terms of giving him the platforms.
Abuja say, you know, in the go to debate, you have Adefala. Why do you want to take Farouk to? Why?
What?
Why? In the go to debate of the FC.
No, that has nothing to do with being a Lagos boy or whatever. That's just the man who has been there.
Yes, but if we're in the bragging rights, Abuja needs Farouk to be able to brag about as well.
No,
so you can't.
They should hold on to Guru.
No way.
Maybe Dutch also and go see. Maybe they can also come back into the scene and sort of.
I mean, I think this one ignites a little bit of the Abuja versus Lagos battle. I'd love to see that happen, to be honest with you. Just like how we had Ghana versus Nigeria, I think Nigeria can have their proper Abuja versus Lagos. Line up 4 strong Abuja players right now. We're speaking of current, not all time. Give me Guru, give me Farouk. I don't know who's still, maybe I've heard an Ibrahim also plays extremely well. Maybe Dutch can come out of retirement and say, you know what, I'm going to represent my city. And then, of course, you have the top 4 from Lagos right now. I mean, top 4 from Lagos, man, if you had to pick anybody to represent you, who are you going for?
I mean, I'm going to be going with, currently,
I'm
going to go with the guys that won the early division. Yeah, I'm going to be
going with... So you're going Killer Freak?
Yeah, I'm going to go with...
You don't have Farouk, okay? You are going to
go with Baji Jr.
Baji, okay.
And maybe an Irufai.
Irufai also in
the
mix.
But with what Adefola has been doing lately, possibly, Guru makes that 1-5.
Yeah, this guy.
Whatever it is that we're expecting, whatever miracle it is, I think it's most likely that we should be going home right now. Possibly take on our sick beds and declare Guru the winner of this one. Early on, done the business. As you can see, that huge sigh of relief by that man there. Game with Josh. The inconsistencies is what we have spoken about over the time. You know he has the ability. You know he has that talent. And it's just not being able to prove that one consistently across board. Guru again. Oh, where did that pass come from? As a game, we just will try to manually steer Guru offside, but you see Guru turning things around, mixing it up. That one was definitely going to be going in. The Abuja man turning it up in style.
You watch these must-win games for Guru and how he plays in them. I think it's sensational. We've got to give him his flowers for that one. Yesterday, he could not afford to lose a single game. The way he beats Dada Boy convincingly in that game. So, like, every single game that you need Guru to win is almost all the time winning. And you see how the sequence is quick passing, kind of confused. Game with Josh a little bit, created the space. And I mean, this guy is on a tear. I can't wait to see him in the Elite League. I think it's all about confirming the status in the Elite League. Now it's all about finishing in the top 3 and finishing strong in the National Esoccer Pro League. Game with Josh on the other hand, I mean, we've praised this progress as he's through on goal. Definitely finish this one. 53 minutes, it's not impossible, but 4 goals and that span against Guru would be difficult. But I mean, Manny, we look at Game with Josh's performance last year in the league and how, I mean, to his standards, I feel like he didn't perform how he wanted to. But then you look at what he's been able to do in this league against some players, beating top players. Remember the performance he had against Rams. You can name countless performances where he really did play well. I think he's still got to be proud of himself, and he has to be able to keep going. It's just part of that learning curve. I think he's definitely making progress.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know what? Sometimes it does look like it is a little bit of a bummer not being able to qualify for some of these tournaments. But the fact that there is another Challengers Cup next year gives the man an opportunity to possibly go back into the drawing board. He has another year to grind, to take this one very, very seriously, to be able to cancel out some of these inconsistencies that we have spoken about over time in his game and possibly come out the better version of himself. There's still so much to play for, and the esports industry is just starting. But very, very, very funny. And we have Snowflake saying Farouk Malawi all the way.
I mean, at this point, everybody wants to claim the National Soccer League champion at this point. Like we said yesterday, we wish Farouk all the best currently in Morocco, playing in the Ebotola. Massive chance for him to get into the World Cup playing. To wish him all the best in that one. Hopefully, he's able to bring back gold. I mean, Guru right now looks like he's buzzing. He's buzzing seriously. I see Manny enjoying himself reading those comments. Manny, tell us more about it.
Holistic says Ghanaians can also claim Farouk.
I mean, at this point, everybody has claim. Why not us too?
And as we see, game we just get 3. If he keeps going like this, maybe he might just turn things around.
I mean, if Ghanaians are having a claim to Farouk, I mean, we can give him a Ghanaian.
What do you want to claim?
I mean, Kofi Farouk is not a bad
What do you want to claim Farouk with? He has only been to Ghana once for anything esports. I don't know about maybe personal.
Maybe his performance will not allow us to pick him because he didn't win all of his games. But I mean, Farouk is still a good player, so we'll hold our hands up. I mean, you watched it yourself. Ghana versus Nigeria. It didn't go the way he wanted to.
Okay, so question is, how many of Ghanaian players are in Morocco currently?
I mean, Morocco didn't give us an invite. Hopefully, they do. But I mean, we wish Farouk all the best. Ghanaians are behind Farouk for Morocco, though. I mean, all the best to our guy. Hopefully, he comes back strong.
Adegoke says, Boyd not Ghanaian, but he's playing for Nigeria.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Oh my goodness.
Second leg of Ghana versus Nigeria should go crazy as well. And I hope you guys support to the very end. If you want all the details on that, head on to KD Sports across all social media platforms. Make sure you're following. Make sure you've downloaded KD Sports app to get all of the updates as well, to be in the mix of everything that will be happening. The calendar year has been drawn out. It is KD Sports you are supposed to be following if you've got anything related to African esports and beyond, to be honest with you, because right after this weekend, I'm sure you've been seeing it in the ads, there will be the VGA grid that we spoke to you about, featuring 30 of Ghana's best players. Out of all of those 30 players, there's nobody that is not playing in that tournament that will call himself one of Ghana's very best. That's not in the VGA grid. 30 of Ghana's very best. And then, of course, 2 of Africa's finest, and Killer Freak and Adefola also joining.
I disagree with you, Sly.
All the 30 players in Ghana are the
not
best.
there. I'm not there, because so you can't really call that Ghana's best 30. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely Ghana's best. So you all should tune in 14th and 15th of
Absolutely.
March right here on KD Sports YouTube as well. So make sure you're part of the family. That would be sensational. The group's already out. So if you want to know where Kel Africa has been placed, where Adefola, where the reading champion of the VGA Grid Montana has been placed, you've been following guys like Paddy, Wonder Kid. They're all in the mix. You can head out to VGA Sports Show across all socials to know what is happening as we turn our attentions back to this one. The Abuja Mando has been on a tear ever since, but I like the mentality with Game with Josh. He's still playing like there might be hope, and there might be hope if he's able to get this goal to go in. He's still got a lot to do from this possession, though. Smith, can he find a way to go through the resolute defense from Guru? Stands tall once more.
Listen, excellent defending there from Guru. How many times have we spoken about how that man is able to do the business? As you can see in the background, Bright and Flick currently playing out a 4-4 draw. Interesting there from Flick, as he will be looking to sort of pick some points off Bright. It is just for pride and glory, of course, but it doesn't matter, as Flick will be trying to turn things around for himself. Not been the best of competitions for Flick, but we'll go back to the game. Now the one on the broadcast between Flick and Bright.
I mean, Flick didn't play extremely well throughout this tournament, but he decides that it's the last day that he wants to turn up. Well, I mean, maybe he follows the proverb that says save your best for last. So it seems like Flick did indeed save the best for last. Can he defend the situation, though? In a bit of trouble right there, as we see Bright try to push for maybe a last win, a last hurrah to end this league. Last final opportunity for Flick. Will we see Flick finish the league with 3 points? I mean, that is something to celebrate. He's in. We're shelling. Flick, one more opportunity to score from, and you get penalty. Oh, well. This game we thought wouldn't have any drama. And for the final chance of the game, Flick will have an opportunity to finish with 3 points, and he does. Even if he didn't get to make top 8, he will walk out today with some smiles. Congratulations to Flick.
As he celebrates that one very, very well. You know, it means a lot to him mentally that he's able to take that one. As Guru has ensured there is nothing that will be done in this particular one. It is 7-3. It would require nothing but a miracle for Game with Josh to get any sort of points out of this one. The job has most likely been done by Game with Josh, and we'll be turning our attentions by Guru rather, as we'll be turning our attentions from the Abuja man and his heroics down to the next game on the broadcast. We have another big one coming up. In case you're thinking about turning off your channel, your devices, I want you guys to know that we have another huge game coming. As you can see, Guru counting down for that man, how it is right now on the scoreboard. We have a Elevation versus Olga coming up. I mean, it's what we have seen so far on the broadcast.
That game definitely has to be exciting, because just to let you guys know what the context is, both of them are on 32 points.
Yeah.
And the guys behind them are creeping in slowly.
31 points, 33 points.
They cannot afford to
points.
draw. Immediately they draw and they're both on 33 points. They're both in trouble because they don't have a lot of goals. First of all, especially Elevation, just got +6 goal difference. With Drakaris winning, Drakaris already on 33, could pass him. So he's got to be careful in that sense.
As you can see, Guru looking forward to see if he could sort of make it even heavier. I defeat 4 Game with Josh. Game with Josh will be looking to cut down the deficit by as many goals as he can. It does look like mathematically this is over 4 Game with Josh for Guru. As it stands, he might just be making that top 3. Definitely backing his words from that very first time. Game with Josh get 5.
Is it still possible? 2 goals in this?
That would be crazy.
That would be insane with 6 minutes to go. That would be one of the craziest comebacks you've seen. But I think Guru has potentially done enough. I feel like he's done enough to secure all 3 points in this game. I feel like Game with Josh left it a little bit too late to kind of mount a comeback. But you see him with the full press on, everybody chasing after the ball. And if he can get the possession back in around like 88th minute, he could cause some problems. Ooh, that was a tricky one.
Nearly did.
Guru's got to be careful. And you know, yesterday Guru conceded last-minute goals a lot of times in all of the 2 games that he played. So there is a little bit of a vulnerability when it comes to those last-minute opportunities. But I don't think that will be the case in this scenario at all. The man from the capital, I believe, has done enough to secure a top 3 finish in the National Esoccer Pro League. And now I can give myself a little bit of praise, because before the National Esoccer Pro League started, I made my video. I said the guys to look out for. I told you I had played Guru. Personally, I thought he was a really good player. So I said, you know what, this guy's making top 8. And he had me shaky a little bit in like week 4. But he has finally confirmed the status. When I play and I say you're good, just know you're extremely good on that front.
So am I good?
We'll answer that question later.
Don't forget, guys, there is going to be the commentators game once we are done with the elites. Yes,
I mean,
just in the Ghana versus Nigeria. I think we'll have the opener.
We'll get back to that soon, but that signals the final whistle. Book this man a ticket. He will be there in April. Elite League will see the man from the capital, Abuja. Guru will be there after this splendid win, and it's a confirmed top 3 spots. Congratulations to Guru. He finishes off in style.
Done the business, done the job, and he's deservedly made his way to the top 3.
I mean, you look at the performances across. When you look at the story from Guru first week, you remember his loss to Badu Senior wasn't the best. But then the way he picked himself up, every single big game Guru performed. He kind of had a dip in form in week 4, 5, 6 and 7, he's been splendid.
You know, we did talk about this earlier on where we said this was going to be a marathon of moments. It was very important that when you had your moments, you were able to capitalize on your moments. And you look at every single person who is currently, I would say, you look at them, you know, we are sure that they have made the top 8. We are definitely going to be seeing them next 2 months with the elite division. You look at them, you see that these are the only guys who were sort of able to make use of their moments. Like, they had the chances. They had 2-3 weeks motivation, of course, even though there has been a huge dip in form for motivation. But these are the guys who, they were there. Every single time they had their moments where they were playing very great, they took off maximum points from all of their opponents. And that's one of the reasons why someone like Guru, someone like Tactical, someone like King Nonex, someone like KK have done the business and done it well.
I mean, that's just the way of life. It's excitement on one end for Guru as he confirms a top 8, a top 3, and of course a top 8 spot in the league. But unfortunately, on the other end, it's agony for Game with Josh as his campaign comes to an end, unable to get back into the elite league. So say kudos to him for putting in a strong fight. It just wasn't meant to be, and we hope he can carry on. Well, we said 12 players were in the mix. We're down to 11. We might see one more go out. Right after this break, we'll give you another interesting game between 2 guys who are right on top of each other, Elevation and Mr. Oga. To find out what happens with them, go ahead and download the KD Sports app now to be in the loop of whatever happens. We'll be back right after this quick break. We'll give you Elevation and Mr. Oga.
And last day I'm playing Elevation, and Elevation, that's my guy. We play almost every day, so I know what to expect. And he also knows what to expect from me. So it's about who takes his chances the most. So it should be an interesting match.
Then my last game is against Mr. Oga, my very good friend. I play with him every day. We grind a lot, so that should be an interesting game. So I'm looking forward to that.
So there you have it. A lot of people have confirmed their status now. We will see Guru in April. We'll see KK in April. We'll see Tactical in April. We will see K-Non-X in April. Who joins them? One of these two might just be there. Elevation and Mr. Oga. Mind you, there could be another outcome of a draw, which doesn't work for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely not. Ultimately, we'll have to find out what happens in the game after 90 in-game minutes. But I tell you, both players have to throw everything they have at the kitchen sink. Mr. Oga, legacy is at stake. He'll be looking at this one as one of the reasons why I don't want to go back and play Challengers Cup. I feel like I deserve.
You also heard the chat about possibly him going into retirement. I think if he loses this one,
this might just
maybe
be the
he
end of
doesn't
the
go
road.
back.
Maybe he won't have any desire to go back to the gulag. But you know, the interesting thing about esports is sometimes when you're now free of the whole pressure, you do miss it. It's like a toxic ex. you cannot just do without being in those tense moments, in those nervy moments where it is sort of life or death. It is make or win. You know, but for both players, I'm telling you that what we're going to be witnessing right now is going to be most likely the type of game we did see between Guru yesterday. That kind of very first nervy start. But ultimately, both guys are going to go for it.
I mean, I'm looking at Elevation right now. He looks like somebody who knows what is at stake, maybe a little bit nervous. You see Mr. Oga kind of settling into the group, trying to make sure everything is set. Because we've had scenarios where we started the game, but then Mr. Oga has a couple of problems. Someone's asking, has KK and Non-X played? They've already played in the previous match week. It was a 4 draw in that one. So now they will be needing to take care of the games in front of them. Mind you, later on today, I believe after this matchup, we'll have Non-X take on Yemi. Yemi is fighting for top 8. Non-X fighting to win the whole thing. Whilst KK will also be playing Rhymes. KK also wants to win the whole thing. If he wins and Non-X loses, he goes to the top. And of course, Rhymes also in danger of missing out on top 8. To get a quick glimpse at Elevation's draft, I told you that this Mateo that has been introduced, it is Guru and Elevation that are using. We saw how deadly she was for Guru earlier on, just the past broadcast you saw, and she's in the squad as well for Elevation. Elevation putting together that team pretty nicely. I mean, I think this settles it on the debate out about who's the best left winger in the game. We saw Kylian Mbappe on the bench for him while shelling stats. That tells you these days, Gold Mbappe not really rated that highly. I think his price has dropped drastically.
Yeah,
it was like $1 million coins when the game was out. Now,
yeah. Shelling is there. She is doing the job as she ought to. And I mean, the players have done their best, selected the best squads. It is all about what they are able to do on the virtual pitch as Mr. Oga will go, possibly for the final time ever at a big competition.
There's
in
no
an
way.
all black.
Kylian Mbappe is 290k.
My goodness, from $1 million coins. Yeah, that tells you.
Wow.
That tells you about demand and supply. In case you didn't have any class in economics or you struggled in economics, this should probably give you an idea of what.
I mean, that's Gold Mbappe, by the way, please. Team of the year Mbappe is in the high millions if you are looking to acquire him. But we go to that cramped fixture. We've been telling you guys about both of them right on top of each other on the table. Both of them currently 32 points, and knowing that only a win can help them survive. Even a draw might not be enough considering how low their goal difference is. I believe Mr. Oga will be looking to start strong.
For me, I think a draw might favor Mr. Oga because he has 24 goal difference.
For
Elevation, it is.
That's 6 goals.
Yeah, that sort of makes it interesting because if there's any other person who would try to throw everything they have at this one, it is Elevation. That would also most likely leave him exposed at the back, as we will see Mr. Oga attempt to get a corner routine in and not want to expose himself on the transition. Very, very disciplined and a smart play there by Mr. Oga. He has made himself very, very big in this one, and what a way to take the lead. I didn't expect this to be a very nervy start, but Mr. Oga has been all over Elevation from the very get-go.
I mean, Manny, we speak about both of the players. We forgot to speak about Mr. Oga's experience in this moment. This is somebody who's played in a big tournament final. I mean, you've been telling me all about the integral final. That was a pressure moment, and if he can't replicate such a performance in this type of tournament, in this type of game, he could walk away with it. And he started very strongly with that all-important goal. For Elevation, though, I mean, he did play well in the Challengers Cup, kind of fell short right at the very end. But now, in these last moments, he needs to channel a much stronger energy, because it will not be easy if he's going to make a comeback here.
For me right now, the only person who is looking onto this one, or the people who are looking onto this and very happy, are definitely a Dracarys,
Dada
a
boy
Yemi,
also.
a Dada Boy, a Rhymes. These are the guys who are looking at this one. And you know what? These top spots, we have to definitely do something about getting our own 33 points.
Well, certainly, because mind you, if Mr. Oga wins, that takes him up to 35 points. And I believe 35 points would be enough to get him into the Elite League. You can't be doing that!
Oh my goodness! A gift from Elevation. A gift that he would take with both hands, Mr. Oga. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Wow! That's what pressure can do to you sometimes. And there was no pressure on him. Immediately he got the ball back. Just passed it straight back to the striker. And now it begs the question. There's the precision pass. You turning it on. I think that was one of the main reasons that caused him that problem right there. If he had just passed or cleared the ball with a normal box or X-do precision pass on, he gets it to his intended target. And that one could have cost him dearly. Wow. We said there was going to be some craziness. Well, it's absolute chaos. Just in 14 minutes. And right now, Mr. Oga looking to ride the wave early, as you do get word that the other game has also started at the same time. I believe Simply Uzo and Game with Josh playing their final game of the National Esoccer Pro League. Game with Josh we did see earlier, losing to Guru, kind of dampening his hopes of making the top 8 to be playing Simply Uzo in his final game. But I mean, well, Elevation rider money. I think this could go a long way to maybe affect him a bit. And right now it seems like Mr. Oga, all he's doing is attacking. And if he could find a third, this could do him so much good in this position. Trying to force that situation. Yeah. Unable to do so to find a goal.
Yeah, this time around he was trying to seek a miracle with Olise. We've seen
money mentally. Elevation. And I think today he's without his coach, Chooks Jr.
I mean, I saw Chooks Jr. earlier in the day, so I'm quite surprised that I'm not seeing his coach in frame. For him might as well be a dampener. As you can see, that man blocking his ears, trying to get himself in the action. Elevation. I think what he will just take is just one goal for every single thing to turn around. And Elevation! Quick sequence of passes. Extra passes to extra pass. Every single time it has appeared on the broadcast, it has given us a beauty of a goal. I was just saying that one, and it came to pass. Just one goal. Well, that was needed to turn the situation around. Now, Elevation will be seeking to get himself back into the fray with a second goal. This time around, the defense doing the job necessary to stop Elevation from getting the second goal. Look at that pass. Extra pass. Nothing left. Shelling, you know.
Not too many complicated things about that goal right there. Just keep it simple and keep creating. And am I win? Mr. Oga is indeed creating. He's creating goal-scoring opportunities, and he's taking them with both hands. That figure right there, catch somebody, is as locked in as ever. I mean, if Mr. Oga goes on to win this game, I'd love to have a chat with him, speaking about how to control nerves, how to work in the pressure moments, because it is not a new scenario to him. He's faced scenarios like this before, and him getting this third goal right there would definitely calm his nerves down.
You know, interesting for me, I just like you were singing your praises earlier, I know I did have Mr. Oga as my number 5 on my all-time
I mean,
list,
when I made my video actually before the league, I said Mr. Oga qualified.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, at some points there were some really, really poor performances where that sort of, you know, dampened our faith in that man there. But looking at how he's been able to turn up today, it reminds you of some of the reasons why we had this man ultimately as one of the very, very best to ever have done it in the Nigeria esports scene. 3-1, he's up against a Elevation in such a moment, and I think he's done very, very well for this first half. If he can take this 2-goal lead to second half, it will most likely be the best thing he's done for himself all competition.
Well, for Elevation, first time I saw him in the Challengers Cup, was impressed by some of the tactics that he used. And mind you, Elevation also started this league with the bang. At one point, he was topping the table, and not just him. Both him and Mr. Oga, they were top of the table. Elevation started 6 games straight with no loss, was top of the table for about 2 weeks straight. Mr. Oga also topped the table one time. And speaking of the man topping the table, he's back in the mix. 3 goals to 2, I believe, in this one. And them being in this scenario should tell you how topsy-turvy this league has been. I can tell that this game will go down to 90 minutes to decide who goes on to win this one. Mind you, we said that a draw might see both of them not make it, but then a win for somebody totally guarantees their spot in the top 8 this time. That goal right there, Elevation had to kind of force the issue a bit, but he'll take the goals anyhow they come.
Elevation has seen so much joy down the right wing, and I think he's just trying to repeat that process. It's now sort of a rinse and repeat process, but I don't blame him when something is working. Why not repeat this time around? Yashi Vicario rather.
First time we've seen Vicario now.
Yeah, today I mean, I stepped up and sort of reminded us of why he is the very best goalkeeping card right now in the game. Mr. Oga sort of sat up a little bit with that warning shot there, as it does seem like all of the good work that he has done in the early stages of the game, we're looking forward to being taken out of context there by Elevation.
And I believe that simply Uzo versus Game with Josh game also going off. Game with Josh looking to finish strongly as he gets a 2-goal lead in that game. I mean, it's a difficult one for him to kind of go through the emotions and still play that game, but will maintain ultimate professionalism and finish this league on high. I mean, just to reiterate how big Mr. Oga is here in the Nigerian seat, for those of you who are not familiar, I mean, he won one of the biggest tournaments ever in that Integra, where everybody started calling him Mr. Integra.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a lot of charisma, he's got a lot of confidence, he's got a lot of history to back it as well. When you look at longevity too, he's been in the game for a while now, performing at the very highest level. So if anybody's making a case for him to be in the GOAT debate, I think it's valid.
Yeah, I mean, he's written his name. It is just something about writing your name in the history books in such a way that nobody can take off your impact. For Farouk Mamzo winning the first ever Elite Division Championship, you can never take that away from that man. For now, potentially, a King Knowledge or a KK winning the first ever Pro League, you can never take that away from their resume. And these are the things that sort of make champions put their names forever imprinted in our hearts as Elevation.
Vicario again.
I personally believe that this was a terrible idea. He should have made his choice early on to go for that finesse, but he didn't. Even a low-driven shot, we know Vicario, that has been a little bit of his weakness. Maybe the nerves there working against Elevation, as Mr. Oga will look to punish him very, very badly.
Well, this game has shown a little bit of everything so far. Both offenses have been good. We've seen a little bit of nerves creeping as well. Elevation has created chances, but there's the pressure moment getting to him a bit. He's got to gather himself quickly, or Mr. Oga could run away with this one. Still close as ever, 3-2. There's about 2 minutes on the game clock before we wrap up this first half. We hope you guys are enjoying the action. If you've still not joined the KD Sports family, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the home of some of the very best Nigeria has got to offer with regards to esports. Mateo will find Shelling. Elevation is playing some brilliant FC, I must say. He's putting the press on, winning the ball back in massive scenarios.
Oh my goodness!
How did that not go in?
Sometimes you have some certain reactions and it's obvious that there's nothing you could do better than what you've done. You can see that man crack a smile.
We say the year goes on the side.
I mean, it's still early. You can
still
turn things around.
Still first half. And I believe we go into that half-time break. Mr. Oga knows. I mean, he just escaped. He just escaped by a thin margin right across. Elevation had 3 strong chances. He could have been leading in this game. But I mean, you've got to take your chances when they do come. And for Elevation, it will be one of disappointment going into this 45 minutes. But one thing we say about playing this game is you've got to forget about things really quickly, or else it could affect you going forward.
We've seen that happen a whole lot of times on the broadcast. Yes, it's an emotional game. Yes, it does elicit a lot of emotions and feelings, but how you recover quickly from moments where it doesn't go well around you means a lot on the turn of events, as Mr. Oga will be looking forward to get himself back that 2-goal lead he had that kept it sort of very relaxed early on. The ball is in the half of Elevation. Interesting sequences of passes. There's space. Is there time? Elevation doing the defending now. And he's done the job, done the business. His goalkeeper would have the ball and have the opportunity to reset possession.
If you're Mr. Augustus, are you maintaining that same aggression that you started the game with?
Absolutely. It isn't over. You know, this is a 9-minute half. We talked about so many times. Sometimes all you need is a patch of good luck on your opponent's half. Your opponent's side, right, and it's 2 goals up. So for Mr. Oga, who is just 1 goal up, And as you can see right now, it does look like there's an injury to Elise. I'm not so sure if that is correct. You just need to be in the position where you've done a bit of business yourself. I think that's an injury sign on Elise. Not so much we do see on the broadcast.
Yeah, these days it's not something that is very common, but still loads of FC to be played in this round. I mean, it's been pure entertainment in that first half. The goals have kind of slowed down a little bit, but we know both of these guys, they could just spark at any moment in time. Mind you, both of them on 32 points, fighting for a position to be in that elite league. And the thing is, Mr. Oga has had a taste of the elite league, and he knows how exciting that is, playing against the very best in Nigeria. Wants to get back to the top of the mountain and play with the likes of Killer Freak, Farouk Adefala, Mitchell. I mean, now we can count KK, Non-Ex Guru, Tactical, all of those guys. He wants to be in that mix as well. For Elevation, he'll be a first-timer in the elite league, and I know he wants to be there as well. You can tell from the way he's set up in this game too. Mr. Oga, right on the edge of that box. Great pass to find Shelling. And I mean, that finesse, that's not the way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the look on his face, the flabbergasted look on his face. He can't believe what Shelling has just put out. Sometimes you need everything to go in your way, and you're looking at Elevation, you're looking at Mr. Oga. Now we do talk about him being able to recover from that moment quickly. Let's see if he's going to be able to do that, and maybe Elevation sort of find way to come back into this game.
I think in these types of games, you've got to have that ruthless executional mentality. And I believe both of them are kind of missing out on it a little, because we've had chances. We've had a lot of goals, but there have been numerous amounts of chances which I feel like both players have failed to take. And it could come back to bite both of them. And if they're not careful, it can affect them in some positions. Because we said, look, if they play out a draw, and both on 33 points, there could be a scenario where maybe even both of them qualify.
Yeah.
But it is extremely risky, especially for Elevation with just that 6 goals.
I mean, looking at Jack Harris, I think Jack Harris has about 14 goals difference.
I mean,
that
tells us that even if they play that draw,
for Elevation is out. It is most likely unacceptable.
Yeah, and for Mr. Oga, he will still be in trouble. Elevation in space!
Oh, this one goes off the post. And for the first time now, that man could possibly have a chance to crack a little bit of a smile. For Mr. Oga, this is not just about the elite leagues. This is possibly about him, sort of dropping that controller for the very last time.
Well. It's exactly how we drew it up. A draw at some point. I mean, some craziness elsewhere as well. As Simply Uzo putting up a fight against Game with Josh, and it's an absolute belter of a finish off the rebound for Josh, as he leads, I believe, by 4 goals to 3 in that game. I think from the corner kick routine as well, was almost getting the 5th goal in it. It's going off everywhere. Final day here, week 7, day 2. It's been an absolute pleasure being here. And I know that these final entertainment moments still have a lot to offer here at the National Esoccer League. We've been live from Lagos, Nigeria, to the Game Evolution Studios. And like we tell you, the best production team on the house, on the counter, Mr. Oga, surely this time will not fail. We'll take it.
As soon as he went to Shelling's right foot, you know where he's going to be lodged in. The top corner of that net. Oh my goodness, Mr. Oga doing himself a whole lot of favor with that one. Elevation has been so unlucky. That one is a comment from Wigema. You know what? Looking at what has happened so far today, I sort of agree with Wigema. It does look like it's all been in favor of Mr. Oga. As you have another comment, they're supposed to ban. Well, this is open to any of the players who feel like they can have an opportunity. Mr. Oga turns it around on a low-driven effort. Gets him a 5-goal against the 3 from Elevation. A 2-goal lead. Right on the edge of it all. When Mr. Oga almost felt like he was losing the grip on this game, he's found a way to turn things around and regain back that 2-goal lead.
We talk constantly about spells in this game. That spell right there, it's a difficult one for Elevation now. Mr. Oga has turned this one from being a nervy one to getting to be a comfortable one. If he can channel and use this proper motivation and momentum in his favor, it could cause Elevation some massive problems heading on. As he wins the ball back highly, Mr. Oga, confident, could be in. Vicario back to the rescue.
You can see him chatting to himself, or maybe trying to use his mouth to organize his players to do better, but that gives you a little bit of insight as it does look like a game with Josh might be running away with this one. A similar scoreline in both games. If this one does go in, making it 5-3. Low driven effort, definitely that one has produced something of a similar nature to the one we're currently having on the broadcast. I'm just looking at the leaderboard for me. Looking at what we have here, both players, Mr. Oga on 32 points, also with Rhymes on 32 points. Mr. Oga has 14 goal difference. Volivision has a 6 goal difference. Yemi is on 31 points. He's going to be going up against that. Oh, now Volivision has scored a goal. What a way to make for a nervy end to this one. Going back into the game, into the leaderboard, I'm seeing a Yemi who has a 24 points, currently on 31 points. Now, if these guys draw, Yemi has to win if he wants to get into it. Dada Boy, who has 33 points, just a little bit of a 4-goal difference. I think he did have a walkover earlier today. That takes him to 7 goals. So even if they draw, he's going to be ahead of Wolivation, while Jack Harris, who had a 2-goal different lead, maybe not the best of position for Jack Harris. I think he did win by one goal. So that means he's on 3 goals different. Dada Boy will be looking to, looking onto this game very, very keenly. If this one ends just like this as a draw, just like we are proposing for both of these players, that would mean.
I think you're the only one proposing it.
Yeah.
Oga says no. He says not on my watch, buddy.
It seems like Oga just heard me and immediately turned things around. And I think this just also makes it harder for Wolivation and makes it more interesting for Dada Boy, because the goal difference keeps going down for Wolivation, while for Dada Boy it keeps going up and up. So looking at this, and Dada Boy really has a whole lot of chance to really do something about this one. If Rhymes also do get a draw against a KK in the final game, that would make him on 33 points with 21 goal difference. Most likely he'll be retaining that spot. So right now it does seem like we're only fighting for just one spot, the spot in number 8 position. Wolivation refusing to go down without a fight. 77 minutes is 6-5.
Whoa.
Boy, oh boy.
This is where you've got to, if you are watching, you've got to adjust your seat properly, because we might be in for a showdown for the last 12 minutes. Next possession could be huge, and Wolivation now, he's taking his chances when they come, not missing them anymore. That time we see the lovely build up into the goal, some really exquisite dribbling to get into space.
I don't know what skill move that was. I don't know if that was a ball scooped on or a Lacroqueta, which used to be my favorite. One of my ever favorite skill moves was the Lacroqueta. Not so effective this year. Hopefully they bring that one back, but the ability, didn't have the ability to shift the ball from one leg of the player you had to the next leg while beating a defender in the process. As you can see, Mr. Oga sort of trying to take his time, count down a little bit, and sort of get something out of this one. Wolivation, I think for Oga, this is the best position to be in. Worst case scenario, you get a draw. You are already going to be on 33 points. You have done a business, gotten yourself a whole lot of goals. But for Wolivation,
I think it's confirmed if Mr. Oga is able to pull off the win, he can go through. But Wolivation, don't count him out. Wow, with 8 minutes to go, he's put it back in the balance.
Bad defending there from Mr. Oga. Didn't see that one all the way through. That player lock came in so early. I was expecting to see Mr. Oga track that one.
The defensive sequence here, he just moved the defender out of the possession.
I mean,
and so much space.
That could be poor switching. Sometimes it does happen to even the best of the players, but whatever the case is, Wolivation will be happy.
I mean, at this very moment, so you need to bring your best foot forward. Mr. Oga knows he's giving one up. And my, oh my, Wolivation have just thrown a wrench into this topic conversation. Wow, and speaking of games going crazy, Simply Blues are not going down with the fight and wants to pick a point from this one. As that one also currently at 5 goals apiece. But we get back to what is an absolute mind-blowing matchup we have right here. Now it's a draw with 8 minutes to go. I don't think anybody's going to say, you know what, I'll settle for a draw. Both of them are going to go full-fledged attack and make the best man win.
I mean, you're looking at this from a Wolivation angle. That possibly also puts him in a whole lot of problems, because if you overcommit, Mr. Oga will definitely take advantage of all of the space he leaves in behind. And for Mr. Oga, it's now a case of, can he hold on for dear life? All he needs is a draw. Imagine just needing to hold on for 7 minutes to know if your career is going to be over or if you're going to be going on to take one more year.
Well, if there was any crazier moment here in the National Esoccer Pro League, we've seen some before. but not with these stakes on the line, with a top-paid finish inside. One of them needing a win to get in. Is basically like a knockout game, this one is. And with 5 minutes to go, these last few possessions will be vital. My, oh my, what you've been training for the last 6 weeks, what you've been playing for, it all comes down to this. Mr. Oga Elevation, who has got it in him. It's Mr. Oga now with the ball through Patry in the midfield, looking to build up from the back. And the OG used the experience he's garnered from playing multiple tournaments to work in his favor if he loses possession of the ball. Here comes Elevation, shelling. That use of the player look that granted him success earlier. You go back to it, but not panicking at all. And he gets it away. Elevation has to be careful in these moments. Mr. Oga misses from that distance.
And you see the sign of the cross out from Elevation. That tells you how close he was to throwing this one away. Mr. Oga just trying to force the issue a little bit. If that one had gone in, it possibly would have been game, set, and match. But with just about 2 in-game minutes left, but whatever it is we have on the clock, it might just be it if he gets this one. The defense say no, and now possibly the last attack.
I mean, with just a minute plus added time to go, everybody feeling the pressure. Mr. Oga on the push, I believe plus 2 minutes out, and there might still be time for one more attack if he misses this. Patry still patient with it. Good pass into the save. Vicario comes up big once more. What can you do to beat this man in goal?
This is not where Elevation wants to be right now because he needs to score another one to secure his space. 33 points with 6 goal difference is not okay. As you can see him trying to throw everything to possibly get it back. He doesn't also want to concede. And this might just be the end of it all. Yes, it is. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I think
I don't know what I want to say more.
That's the only reaction for it. Oh, wow. You left us speechless, both of you. And I like the fact that they all went. They fought tooth and nail for this. But they had to share the spoils. They'll both finish the league on 33 points. And now it's going to be difficult for both of them to go. The fact that a couple of weeks back, they were top of the league. And now both of them might be out. What an incredible sequence this has been. And this is the excitement and the entertainment we promised you. Elevation, hats off to you. Could have given up after being down 2 goals. And I think he's just reflecting right now what just happened in front of him. I'm just blessed to see these 2 guys go at it.
I mean, for Elevation, now you're looking at how many times you missed out on 1 point. How many times you missed out on scoring some goals.
He missed in the first half.
Listen, I mean, looking at back in the first half, he gave a gift to Mr. Oga. You're looking back at it. You're looking back at week 2, week 6. How many more goals would I have possibly scored if I had taken this chance, that chance? I possibly wouldn't be in this place. But you know what? This is probably the end of the road. It doesn't really matter now of what happened earlier on. It's now down to this moment. It is the end of the matter. Now he just has to look around.
And pray to the gods. Pull out the calculators for the other games to go down. Well, we told you guys it was going to be absolutely crazy. The scenes have been massive here in the studios. I hope you're enjoying all of the action.
Man, it has been intense action. We came here today to crown the champion and possibly see the 8 guys that will be going all the way to the elite leagues. But what we have seen so far has left us speechless throughout. The game between Elevation and Mr. Oga, it was really, really touted as one of the very, very best. But I think it has delivered exactly on that. But don't go anywhere. We have so much still to come. The grand finale. KK versus Rhymes. King Non-X versus Yemi. For 1 spot. The first position and the 8th position. Who will get it? We'll find out soon. Don't go anywhere.
From Akwa Ibom to Lagos.
From Delta to Lagos.
20 players registered into this league.
7 weeks.
A lot of noise, a lot of confidence. But when it's time to perform, they faded. I didn't.
Here I am, week after week. I proved I got something in me. Back to back at the top of the league.
King Non-X has had his moments. Respect to him.
Coming into the league, they said I was the underdog, but now they're calling me the king.
I didn't travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to clap for a little prince.
And the truth is, I didn't come here to participate.
I came to take his crown.
I came here to dominate. So
Next
week
week
7 is the
week
final
7,
week.
that cup,
So I am King Nonex.
I'm lifting it.
This is my league.
See you there.
And watch me live on KD Sports.
And there you have it. You just heard from the two players and what is set to be one of Nigeria's biggest ever FC showdowns. Kenonex has spoken, so has Kiki. Both of them are poised to win the National Esoccer Pro League with just 2 points separating them. It's going to be a banger on the final match. Join us on KD Sports YouTube channel. It is going to be something you've never seen before. And mind you, people are still gunning for top 8. See you there.
Really tossed up and now King Nonex.
Every champion starts with a dream.
Your champion for the VGA Grid 25 will be Montana. Incredible.
Watch out for me. We are going back to back. Huge prize pools, so watch out. Back to back. I will do it myself.
A few survive the journey.
I'm really relieved because these are where the top players show like what they have in their locker.
Across 5 phases, the grid lines tested them. Rivalries were born.
They told me I'm washed. Make them off. I won the phase 5, so make them watch out for the main event.
New heroes emerged.
SCU, SCU, SCU.
And now the grid is set.
This is something like we've never seen before.
32 players, 3 legacy champions, 19 grid lines warriors, 8 top players from the Ghana Esports League, and 2 African wildcards from Nigeria.
My Ghanaian brothers and my Ghanaian haters, man. Shout out to VGA for inviting me to their great tournament happening on March 14th to the 15th. I'm going to be in Ghana for about 2 days playing their tournament. And boys, expect the unexpected.
Hi guys, Adefola here, and I'm proud to announce to you guys that I've been invited for the Esoccer Grade 2026. It will be happening on the 14th and 15th of March. So you guys should make sure you are there to support us because we're going for the gold.
And now, the VGA Grid 26 goes live March 14th and 15th at the Foresight TV Mansion, streaming live on KD Sports YouTube channel. VGA Grid 26, rise to the top.
From Akwa Ibom to Lagos.
From Delta to Lagos.
20 players registered into this league.
7 weeks.
A lot of noise, a lot of confidence. But when it's time to perform, they faded. I didn't.
Here I am, week after week. I proved I got something in me. Back to back at the top of the league.
King Nonex has had his moment. Respect to him.
Coming into the league, they said I was the underdog, but now they're calling me the king.
I didn't travel all the way from Akwa Ibom to clap for a little prince.
And the truth is, I didn't come here to participate.
I came to take his crown.
I came here to dominate. So
Next
week 7
week
is the final week.
That cup,
So I am King Nonex.
I'm lifting it.
This is my league.
See you there.
And watch me live on KD Sports.
And there you have it. You just heard from the two players and what is set to be one of Nigeria's biggest ever FC showdowns. Kenonex has spoken, so has Kiki. Both of them are poised to win the National Esoccer Pro League with just 2 points separating them. It's going to be a banger on the final match. Join us on KD Sports YouTube channel. It is going to be something you've never seen before. And mind you, people are still gunning for top 8. See you there.
Really tossed up and now King Nonex, right from that one, turns around to get himself a lead for the very first time in this game. And if will be feeling so unlucky right now.
Very unlucky. On one end, you look like you're about to go up. There is more or less like a goal line clearance. On the other end, on that same possession, it sometimes does really hurt. And I know if you play FC at any capacity, whether pro level, casual level, I mean, you definitely agree with me that that one is definitely going to hurt. And credit to Kenonexo, a little bit of the mind games, but immediately that ball got to Shelling's feet. He knew what he wanted to do with the build-up. So beautiful. Look at that cross pass from Caroline Sega. One touch into Shelling. Kind of baited him with how he went to the left
It
side.
did look like he was going to turn onto Shelling's left, and right against that turn. As soon as Anif committed the defender, we did see Shelling favorite rise there. Absolutely insane stuff we are just seeing from these players. King Ronex now trying to see if he can double that lead, make it 3-1 in his favor. That would possibly give him a whole lot of breathing space in this one, because you know Anif is the guy who is not definitely going to be lined out. We have only played 57 minutes, I believe, on the clock. That's a lot of time.
It's 67 actually, as the clock does keep ticking. Kenonexo are kind of redefined the corner kick technique, because usually what we saw in the first 2 weeks was
down back and using the
knocking
finesse
it back.
going.
But this time he's actually knocking it inside, right in front of the goalkeeper, and not a lot of people are kind of tracking it.
Yeah, I think making it scrappy is sort of where the
because it can bounce anywhere.
Anywhere you get yourself an own goal, a deflection, something just happened, and like we just saw earlier in the first half, where we had two options, you just be left to the one-on-one in the 6 yards box.
Exactly, can cause absolute pandemonium at the back when that situation arises. Kenonexo on the hand, he smells blood, he smells maybe one more goal to give him that security he's been looking for, but you're not be rushing it at all. Definitely signs of a pretty good player, and there's a reason why he's in the top 5 of the National Esoccer Pro League 2026. And for him to just take the sting out of the game a little bit yesterday away though, and if we have an opportunity to counter, we know how much he loves doing that. He's got options to find. This time we will see just invited too much of the pressure. Get to back!
My goodness.
It's a build to the finish.
My goodness, you can see that sigh of relief, a huge sigh of relief. For the first time, he didn't allow King Nunes go in his head after he tried to cut back again and again. I mean, we did see again and again him trying to cut back into space, because King Nunes was really pressuring every single man that had the ball. But the very first time throughout this game that he forced the issue, he was able to get himself another back. I think that was possibly open up the game, because now
really helped him to secure maybe a top 8 spot, a top 4 spot, or even the crown at the end of it all. Because that was a hard fought one. And the thing about Kenonexo is that's not the first time he's had to scrape for a win. Remember his game against Khalid?
2-1.
Like there are some of those games from some of the very best players around where they've got to fight for it, they've got to scrape for it, and I'm sure he will indeed be extremely proud of how he got the job done. We tell our attention to this one as we approach halftime in this game with Simply Uzo looking like he's a different man with the different leagues, as we get a little bit of a smile from him. It looks like yesterday turned a whole new corner for him.
Yes, I mean a lot of confidence booster to be able to get that draw against Umu and to get it in that manner of fashion. It wasn't a ball draw, it wasn't a 2-2 or 1-1 draw, it was a 6-6 draw, which tells you that man did score a lot of goals. He took the fight to Umu, and then he got that his own also, I think, high crazy win, high scoring encounter against, oh my goodness, that one's an absolute fantastic move from Baluke. Baluke is refusing to go without a fight in this one. I think there's still so much game to happen in this particular match. We're going to see a whole lot of goals, possibly the same haul we did see in the game between Simply Uzo and Khalid. And I think after that game, those two games, getting 4 points in one day, I think sort of has taken his confidence to another level. If he goes on to win this one against Baluke, his tally is going to be 7 points. It's going to lift him up a little bit, and possibly make him tell himself, you know what, there's still a whole lot to play for.
That thing is
about 11 more games for you to play for, and you have 7 points. You might not be looking at winning anything at all, but at least you can see if you can scrape your way into the top 8. I mean, he has played most of the top players already.
Yeah, surely it will give him some confidence in some sense, and picking up these points are indeed going to be vital. The job is not done yet though. Still a chunk of the 45 left to play. Simply Uzo looking to ride off the wave of yesterday with some impressive performances. Baluke, I mean, Baluke has to be looking at this game as his potential way of also kind of bouncing back a little bit, because this against an opponent who has been struggling.
And I'll be playing KK. Oh my god, KK is my guy, he's my edge, he's my grind partner as well, so that match is going to be tough. I'm just hoping that I'm going to take the win. So boys,
I'm playing Rhymes, Mr. Yo, W in the fucking comment section. What can I say? Another interesting matchup. I mean, my last 3 games are going to be very interesting. You don't want to miss my matches. I promise you don't want to miss them. See you there, KD Sport YouTube.
I'm playing Yemi. Yemi is actually a balanced player all around. I think his strength more is more of his defense than attack, but I think I should be able to edge that win out.
So I'm playing Nonex. He's a very tough player. I mean, he's one of the best in the country, I believe. It's going to be a very, very intense match, and I believe I can win him. Yeah, possibly.
We're back. We are ready. We are locked in for the ultimate showdown, the final of the finals. 2 games that you cannot afford to miss, because the 4 contenders in these 2 games are indeed gunning for 2 positions. KK and King Lones gunning for the first position. Rhymes and Yemoli gunning for the last spot in the 8th position, or to see who's going to be making the top 8 to go to the elite division. I cannot have written a better script. You cannot have predicted this better, because this is the very, very best of the very best going up against each other.
I mean, Manny, I've got to confess that yesterday I didn't sleep much because I was going through all of
trying to
the
figure out
possible scenarios. Because
Yes.
first of all, if both Kenonix and KK win, Kenonix wins the league. But
Yeah.
then it now spells danger for both Rhymes and
And
Yemi.
Yemi, yeah,
They
absolutely.
might not make it. But then if both Kenonix and KK lose, what does that mean as well? Kenonix will win the
Wow.
league. But then Yemi and Rhymes will have a chance to qualify. So it's just so
That's
many
so crazy.
things that could happen that, I mean, it could be interesting going forward.
I mean, you could have called us calculator boys and you would be correct, because since we started the broadcast, all we have been doing is calculating, as you see, before the final games. Every other person on here have played before the final games. You see what we currently are looking at right now in the leaderboard. King Nonex on 43 points after 18 games played. KK on 41 after 18 games played also. Guru ultimately on that 37 points. It does look like he has done the business. He is making top 3. And Ife, of course, is the first position with 36 points. Tactical with 35 points. Mr. Oga, the one we spoke about so very much, he has done his own part of the job. He's on 33 points and 14 goal difference right now.
Whoa, I mean,
Dada boy.
look where Dada Boy has flown to
My
now.
goodness, Dada Boy on 33 points with 7 goal difference. Wolivation on 33 with 6 goal difference. Wolivation will be praying that both Rhymes and Yemi will lose their current game. But Yemi and Rhymes will also be looking to see if they can make inroads into that top 8. If Rhymes wins, definitely is going to be knocking one of the guys, most likely a Wolivation, out of that top 8. Jackaris did his part of the job, but you could see that goal difference not helping him anywhere else. He's currently on 9th position. I don't think he will be finding any way back into this one. But for Rhymes and Yemi, it's still on.
I mean, it's still on for. It's actually crazy. Only confirmed spots that will be in the top 8: Nonex, KK, Guru, and Nif Tactical. They are the safe guys in there. But for now, Mr.
I mean, maybe Mr. Oga too.
Maybe Mr. Oga, because it's only 2 spots.
Yeah.
Now that will be taken, because if Rhymes wins and Yemi wins, they
both
just
players
overtake
will-
Dada Boy and
Wolivation.
Wolivation. So they are the guys that are kind of in jeopardy. But that's not the only thing at stake. The title challenge is now. KK will need to take care of business in front of him, and also Nonex will be looking to take care of business in front of him.
Yes, as you can see, the statistics speaks for themselves. 13 wins for KK, 10 wins for Rhymes, 3 draws for KK, 2 draws for Rhymes, and 6 and 3 losses respectively for Rhymes and KK. So a second position in the league versus 10th position in the league, and the win probability right now is just a very, very slim one. 39% win probability for KK with a 35% win probability for the OAS esports athlete Rhymes.
Well, I mean, we'll be looking at the games simultaneously. First time, I mean, we'll be looking at games simultaneously, but usually the game in the back, we don't give it our full attention. But this time, full attention to both of them. Not divided attention, full attention.
I mean, as the goals are going in, we're switching. You know, this is one of those ones where, I mean,
it's like final match day of the Premier League, by the
yes,
way.
exactly.
All the games start at the same time.
Giving me that Manchester United, Man City 2012,
Yeah,
2011
yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
2011,
We
2012
might see
vibes.
an Aguero moment.
Aguero! But let's see who is going to be able to step up when it is most. You know, interesting thing about that particular match before we go into what we have here for today. That was the only time in Balotelli's Premier League history, he had an assist.
Hmm.
That was the only assist
Wow.
he ever had for Man City. And it was just at the crunch moment. So I'm looking at these players. I'm wondering to myself, who's going to find that ultimate crunch move, ultimate attempt, ultimate pass, ultimate. Like it is the defining moment. It is the one that would definitely be sealing the fate of some of these
Yesterday,
players.
Kiki was using a centre back when I was casting with for line. He noticed that he was like, "What? That Van Dijk item, team of the week Van Dijk. You don't see it too much in a lot of people's team. It's a massive gamble that KK is taking because these days we are seeing Chiellini, we are seeing other players in that position. But he's going for Van Dijk. Van Dijk has got intercept play style. It's just that he's not as quick as the rest. 80 pace. I mean, 80 pace with how quick the attackers are these days.
We did see that one again with game with Josh with that I think
The Vidic,
the
yeah.
Vidic card where
Not the quickest.
not the
And
quickest.
we saw how
when you're going up against a Rhymes that does know also how to trigger runs. And for me, I'm looking at Oliver Kahn when the Vicaries of the bench.
I mean, Oliver Kahn has also got far reach, so not a bad option.
For me, from what we have seen from Vicario, and we've seen Oliver Kahn a couple of times also, for some of these players, I don't think I would ever be choosing an Oliver Kahn over a Vicario. So I'm looking at this and I'm wondering what is going through KK's mind. Sometimes you can overcomplicate things with the, you know what? It's easy for me to say this, but it's not me. I'm not the one who is currently chasing the ultimate 3 points because that is what this looks like right now. For KK, is the ultimate 3 points. He gets his own 3 points. He's done his job, and he waits for Yemi to either pick a draw in that game, or I mean, a draw is not even okay for him.
So, well, there you have it on your screens right now. We get to see what happens in both games at the same very time. And you know what this reminds me of? Back then. I mean, it still happens when you go to a viewing center. There are two hot games.
Two hot
you
games.
need to watch the same thing.
Yeah, you can't pick or choose.
You can't take your eyes off at any point in time. Well, the ultimate moment comes down. It all comes down to this. Two players gunning for the prize in KK and K-Nonex, while Yemi and Rhymes fighting for their lives to go into the elite leagues. For Rhymes, he's been there before. He knows how the elite league works, and he wants to get back in there. OAS Esports athlete, much is expected of you. And for Yemi, we said time and time again that this could be his moment. We start off the final fixture with KK and Rhymes taking to the fold, whilst K-Nonex and Yemi will also be doing battle. If you want all of the action, this is where it would be money. I mean, we've hyped this up so much. We're expecting a banger in both games.
Especially with the way Rhymes just started, it is giving me that whole tingling feeling where you know what, this might just be a crazy cracker. There's something about Rhymes when he starts a game well. You notice it is different. It's the way in which he's switching, it's the way in which he's triggering. Every single thing is a little bit different. It looks like he's on point today, and you can see him trying to pick some of the things that are not usual. You see him going over the top. It might just be a very, very tough day for KK, but also don't forget with Yemi in the background and King Onyx doing battle. It will make for an interesting one. Listen, you cannot take your eyes off this one. We want you guys in the chat box to continue dropping your thoughts, your comment. Let's hear from you guys as this one is shaping up to give us some of the very best of FC 26.
Well, after a lot of time playing this game, this final moment decides it all. It is indeed something we were looking forward to over the last couple of weeks, and it's played out pretty nicely. There comes Rhymes, who's had majority of the possession in these first 6 minutes, and we get to see what he does at this point. Rhymes still on the 10, tries to get into the box early, but KK's defensive ability. And that's one thing that you say about KK, and it will be excited to see how it plays out in the Elite League as well, because he's quite balanced. He doesn't concede a lot of goals, scores a lot of goals as well. And the defense, he's got it on lock. On the offense as well, if you leave spaces behind, he will punish you. And I'm just looking to see how that plays out in the Elite League when he's playing against some of the very best players around. Because for KK, we said this time without number, that if you look at how he played the Challengers Cup, really did mean business, and I think in this one as well, he's shown clearly that he does mean business. Early on, he might be in space. That could have been the first big opportunity of the game. Well done by Rhymes to block in that scenario. I mean, already you could tell that there might be a little bit of nerves getting to both of them, and I'm sure everybody's glued to their seats, glued to their screens.
My goodness.
Looking to see how this one ends.
Yes, you know it's going to be a banger when you have four players at the same time gunning for two different positions. It has to be that one. And it does look like we might have something in this game between King Nonex and Yemi. Let's see if this was King Nonex starting out pretty decently early on or this is just an update in the game. Yemi looking for that space, looking for that position. As we have a goal in the game between KK, who has ultimately gotten himself a goal in this game. It does look like also Yemi has gotten himself a goal in the background. What a way to start this one. A title contender indeed.
Well, we said there was going to be a lot of changes and shifting. We are looking at the live table standings right now. A lot of things are changing. And for KK, he started strongly. He's got his eyes on the prize. I mean, what a crazy moment it would be for KK to be able to basically win the Challengers Cup, coming to the National Esoccer Pro League, and also win. It would be crazy to think of if he's able to pull it off back to back. I think it will be a massive achievement that will definitely put his name into the history books. And there he goes again with CC coming from the right hand side. Olise, player look into space. Van der Beek, they're at the right place at the right time.
Absolutely doing the business and doing it properly. That man, as we have Yemi go. Okay, I don't think that one did go in, and I think it is still 0-0 for Yemi right now. He's currently doing KK a whole lot of favor by holding on, as Yemi will be looking to possibly getting himself back into this action. Shoots, and it is Yemi who takes that lead. My goodness, starting this one out in proper fashion. Yemi, don't forget, he needs to win this game to go to the elite league divisions, and I think we might have a second goal for KK in this one also. Wow, what a ton of events. I love what I'm seeing so far. The OS man, esports man now has to go back to the drawing board, as you can just see right now, doing the business.
Interesting start in both games. I mean, Kinonex, who's basically being flawless, he's just lost a single game if you look on that leaderboard. And then the final one against Yemi conceding, but KK's approach to this one is electric, I must say. In the first 20 minutes, I mean, we've seen games where Rhymes doesn't start well, and it kind of falters right to the very end. He cannot afford to have this type of game, because mind you, if Rhymes loses, he misses out on that top 8 spot. It's an all-important game for him, and I don't think he started this one well, giving away possession cheaply. And you know, the Lumo Habs man, KK, he's ready to pounce and he's ready to do the business. He's in space again!
God, you don't want to be this guy. You don't want to do this type of mistakes against this man. Locks in that man from Akwa Ibom, the Lumo Hall esports man. You know every single time he comes for crunch time, he will definitely answer. Doing the business early on, 3-0. While Yemi is also helping his cause by currently winning a King Nonex in the background. Yemi and Rhymes need the win. That is.
I mean, at this point, everybody needs the win.
That's the crazy. That's the interesting about today. Rhymes will be looking at this one and telling himself, you know what? It does look like I'm totally out of depth. I'm out of my water. And Yemi right now doing his own part to ensure he walks into that top 8. King Nonex must be stressing it out as he stands.
One thing we've established about King Nonex is no matter the game that he's in, even if he's not playing well, he seems to get a result, whether a draw or win. I'm wondering if he can pull up something like that in such a game as well. Because mind you, remember in the Challengers Cup, when it mattered the most, he just couldn't produce. And if something like that happens to him today too, then there would be massive repercussions for him, as it seems like Yemi is the one dominating possession in this one. But King Nonex will be able to hold on to possession now. He is the man who's been at the top of the table for the most of the time in the National Esoccer Pro League, looking to clinch that title, Morgan. And I'm sure if he hears a little bit of the Ross, he knows what's happening.
1-1 in that one. King Nonex. Yeah, I think now all of our attentions will be on this one, as we see both players going band for band here. 1-1 it is. That one came from a loss in possession at the very wrong moment from Yemi's attempt in transitioning from defense to attack. He now has to quickly lock back in. He's got himself the first goal, Yemi. He definitely knows now he can find those more chinks in the armor of King Nonex, as King Nonex will be looking on to taking this one. A draw, I think, is enough for King Nonex to be able to take this one as the winner. I think King Nonex is currently 2 points ahead, so if he can get a draw out of this one, it will do him a lot of good. But for Yemi, a draw is not enough.
Like the permutations, the changes, it all just begs for something crazy. And I mean, that was as a result of Yemi unable to build up from the back end. I mean, if you want one player in the world to punish you in the National Esoccer Pro League, it has to be K Nonex. And this man is well grounded in this game, and maybe that's just the goal that has set him alight, that will get him back into the groove that he needs to be. In one area on the left hand side, looking to create. Will get Morgan by Yemi. That's his defensive duties, and does it well. Just approaching 13 game minutes of this one. Poised at 1-1. Kinonex knows at this point the draw is not going to be enough. He needs to be able to get 3 points to secure the title.
I have an interesting comment here from Wonder Kid saying King Nonex for the win. Wow. I mean, potentially trying to see King Nonex get all the way to the Elite Division as the champion of the Pro Leagues. Interesting. This one might just be offside.
I think
it is offside.
It was slightly offside. Just got the pass a little bit too late on that one. And Yemi unable to match it. Look, I think one thing that we are seeing from Yemi is that quick attack from him. And I think it's a great strategy to kind of beat a Kinonex defense, because he sets up really well, Kinonex. He will not give you too much time to kind of settle in and really break him down. You need to be quick about beating him as we get the restart from the KK versus Rhymes game, as KK continually just cruising in that game, up by 3-0 in that one, as we turn our attentions back to it. I mean, the OASC sportsman, not the start he would have been dreaming of at all. 25 minutes in money. Are there any solutions to this?
Yeah, I mean, now he has to find miracles. He has to find a way back. I don't think it is totally out of depth for someone like Rhymes to get himself back into the game. All he needs to do, number one, is to get himself the next goal. As you can see, Salim saying this feels like a final game. It is a final game. But I think for the very first time, we're seeing two finals at the first time. You don't know. Hardy says, let's go KK. I think now everybody picking and choosing sides. That one makes it all the more interesting. For KK, he's doing his job. He's doing the business right. He's currently getting himself a win with 3 goals right now, as he can look to see if he can make it 4. Rhymes refuses to let that one go in. And for KK, all he just needs to do is get himself this win and possibly look on the game and sort of.
I mean, the door's not entirely shut on Rhymes. He could get back into the game with this one. And Oliver Khan comes up huge. Every single save that the goalkeepers will make in this game would be important. And for Rhymes, he needs to now work his way back into this game. I think all of the games that we've seen, all of the players that we've seen, nobody manages a game better than KK. You don't want this to get into the final minutes where KK is managing the game. It's difficult to break him down for that. That was tricky. That was tricky. KK could have had 4. And Rhymes is now treading on dangerous waters. Is that through ball? Unfortunately, to find the defender just quick enough to get back into space.
Yes, I don't think we've had this type of nerves at any point during the Pro Leagues. I think this should give you an idea of what we will be possibly seeing in the Elite Division if these guys continue in this rich vein of form. KK make it 4.
That's a man ready to be crowned. That's a man who has his sights set on the title. Lumo Hubs KK, all the way from Akwa Ibom. Every single opportunity coming his way, he's taking it on the absolute this time. So patient with it. Olise fires into the top corner, and he's 4 goals up after just 35 minutes. Well. We see how the other game is going on the other side as well. Kinonex versus Yemi. Level pegging at 1-1 money. I mean, we could have drawn this up so many ways. But this scenario is a big shock. I didn't think KK will run away with that early in that game.
Absolutely, I don't think anybody would have been looking forward to that one happening. As King Nonex will get himself a huge goal, 2-1, right on the edge of halftime. Yemi taking a risk, committing with the goalkeeper. King Nonex finding that space to get the pass out for the cut back, and there was nobody who could stop that powerful shot from going in.
Wow. Craziness here. And now it feels like Rhymes just capitulating in front of our eyes. That's Yemi. Well, KK registering goal number 5. OASC Sports Rhymes in the final game where he needs to be up his game. It's just not gone his way. And we get another glimpse at it. I mean, you've got to be holding possession, especially when you win the ball back in this manner, clear your lines. Tries to build up from the back, and it's cost him dearly.
You look at that and you possibly have an idea as to why it is that this man, with all the talents, with everything in his locker room, has seemingly missed out on the top 8. It's always been about those fine margins, and he's not been able to get it over the line. But this time around, with the 1 goal in, he's just sort of trying to do it 1 game at a time, 1 goal at a time, 1 move at a time. But KK will looking to take this one by the scruff. KK doesn't want to be the guy who possibly blew his chance at it. He only need to get 3 points in this game and hope that Yemi is well enough there to cause an upset in that game between him and King Nonex.
Wow. What a performance this has been from KK. First half, 5-1 up. I mean, I'm sure he drew it up, coming in and saying, you know what, if I have like a 3-0 lead, a 5-1 would be insane. It would be incredible for him. I mean, it's still a 9-minute half. There might still be time to go for rhymes in this game. There might still be an opportunity to mount a comeback if you can get one just before halftime. That will definitely be a momentum booster. In space now with Pina. She wins it back though. Just quite unfortunate. The defense closes up early.
If that one had gone in just before halftime, taking that lead down to 3, it would have been a very nervy start to the second half. But as it is, KK in pole position with 4 goal lead, and you can see the Lumo Hub sportsman looking keenly, trying to figure in his head what is currently happening in the background as we see that actually the game has started for the second half. Yemi is the one who is trailing by just 1 goal. He did open up the proceedings with a very, very interesting goal. Don't forget, he is also chasing a top 8 finish right now. Just like we had that comment, it is 2 finals happening on the very same day. All of these players are looking for 2 spots right now, and it does seem like King Nonex is doing himself a whole lot of good, while for KK, he's done himself a whole lot of good also.
It is basically the ideal situation for both of the guys fighting at the top of the league. Both of them wanted to win, and they are currently doing so. And the thing is, it is not just important to guys like Kinonex and KK, the likes of Jada Boy, Elevation, Mr. Oga, all just praying that this is how the scoreline remains. But mind you, there's still loads of FC to be played. Kinonex on the edge again. This is where I believe he excels better than anybody else. Just the patience to know when to attack and more or less when to commit bodies forward, not rushing things at all.
You're looking at this game right now, and you're wondering, only if a game we just had been able to get that win over Guru, possible to have spurred him on. And I think he will be the one who will be in the 8th position right now, because he does have more goals than any of the guys right now in and around that area, I believe so. But looking at this one, Yemi might looking to cause some problem. Might come back, decides to go around.
Whoa, oh, clearance! What a stop that was!
But he's still in the danger zone. It's not over yet.
Yemi clearly pushing for the equalizer. 53 minutes gone, and the intensity rising by the minute. Rodri on the edge of the box, so send the run just over. Did it a little bit and invited too much pressure.
I'm looking right now, and I'm looking at the left stick dribble I'm seeing on our screens, and it is crazy. I mean, some of the moves we are seeing right now, I haven't seen at all, and I think we have an update here that it is 6 right now in the game between KK and the OSC
Come on, man,
sportsman.
KK. I mean, he's just been on one today. When it matters the most, this guy pulls up, and he's reminding me so much of what he did in the Challengers Cup. 6 goals to 1 in this massive game like this. KK is on one today. Mind you, look, any one of KK or Kinonex who wins this, I think it's deservingly. So both of them have played extremely well. To even be here was a challenge for them, and I believe they've taken this challenge really, really seriously, and they deserve to be here. Rhymes on the other hand, though, I mean, it's not looking good at all. It's looking like his chances of making top 8 just growing slimmer and slimmer. Can he convert this chance? And that right there also writes a little bit of the story of his whole tenure in this league. We see games where he's missed numerous chances, spent chances, and this could come back to haunt him, which is possibly doing so with, I mean, his chances looking like it's all set and done, and him not being able to qualify.
Yes, I totally agree with you. That man hasn't been clinical at best throughout this competition. The crazy thing is, we know he has that capacity, and it's just been for him to be able to prove it day in, day out. We did start out this competition by telling you that it is a marathon, not a sprint. It would require for some of these guys to be consistent. And you know, the man who has been consistent from day one, King Nonex, gets himself a 2-goal lead against Ayemi. What a story.
Mr. Consistent himself. Every big game he pulls up. King Nonex out by 3-1 now. And with 30 minutes to go, should we start writing his name on that trophy? King Nonex. What a performance this is. And he went to go down a little bit heavy for his fans out there. But there's a reason why this man is being put in top conversations as one of the very best players around. I mean, I've heard conversations and chatter go around that this guy can definitely go toe-to-toe with the very best Nigeria has got to offer. And I mean, I'm just proud of the type of performance that he's putting out. But I mean, you can't count out Yemi in this game at all. He still got the quality to break a guy like Nonex down. Nonex in transition now. Could that head go? Spare him on to find another. Ooh, like that time, the timing, very well done.
Oh my goodness, we might have some craziness happening in the game here as King Nonex did miss a penalty
earlier. Wow,
that's incredible that we did.
That was a little bit of action that we missed out on. And I mean, I think it's from that penalty miss that he was able to get it from the rebound and able to slot that one in. So that was a massive one. He saw a little bit of celebration from the man as well. With how proceedings are going in the KK versus Rhymes game, I feel like maybe the Yemi versus Kinonex game could decide everything.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, KK has done his part of the job. He's done the business. Right now, he'll be looking to the heavens. He'll be looking for a miracle, hoping for a miracle for Yemi to find 3 goals right now to sort of turn things in his favor, as it seems like right now KK has done his part. Rhymes also will be looking to somehow find another miracle, but Oliver Kahn is saying no. That far reach, stepping up to be the one that chose his partner.
That reaction from Rhymes, and they just told you sometimes this game can be cruel. You can do everything right and things will still not go in your favor. It has just felt like that type of day for Rhymes.
I just feel like that has been the story from the week 1 for that man. He's had so many opportunities. There's some games that Rhymes lost that you're looking back and you say there's absolutely no way this man lost this game after so many chances that was not being able to be converted. It has always been a case of him, not being clinical and then it's being turned around on his head. But KK wouldn't really care right now. He's done his own part. He's a short 3 points right now. As it stands, he will be on 44 points while waiting to see what will happen in the game between Yemi and King Nonex. That game, very, very interesting for us also.
KK, absolute showbacker of a performance. Big game player, we call him. I mean, you all doubted if he could do the job in this game. He's got 7 goals to show. What a performance this is. Lumo Hubs, you've got a gem on your hands, KK. I mean, he's done his part of the job. He needed to control what was right in front of him, and he's doing the best he can. Another excellent build-up to the goal right there. Sega in possession, and we see all the guys in the comment, picking their sides and see a little bit of support from Kinonex coming in. I mean, about 25 minutes ago, KK can only do what he can, like what is in his reach.
If you're a KK, you're looking at this one, you're praying for a draw, you're wondering if even if the goal differences are enough right now. As King Nonex,
forget about that draw. King Nonex is running away with it too.
You see that celebration saying this one.
Today he'll flex a bit. Today he'll flex a bit.
He's cooking. There is nothing that anybody can do about this man's chances right now. The man with over 20 goal difference above the rest, with 2 points above the rest, getting himself not just 3 huge points, but 3 huge goals above his opponents, Yemi.
It's a massive goal in the context. And now King Nonex just 13 minutes away from clinching the title, mind you. It's been a difficult stretch for him. There's been doubts about him being one of the very best. Well, this performance certainly clears all those doubts. He's a man who's coming, he's taking the work seriously. He's shown that consistency always pays off. And I mean, if he is going to be the one to lift it, he certainly deserved it.
Every tackle by Nonex right now will be celebrated differently. Every pass will feel different. Every move will feel different because this man has done his own part. We're talking about KK doing his own part of the business, his own side of the job. You're looking at a King Nonex, for example. You know that with that goal that just went in, that possibly has sealed anybody's fate. He is the one who's going to be taking this trophy home and be heading it to the elite division, where he will be possibly going up against some of the toughest guys in the Nigerian esports scene. And for Yemi, it's been a great run, but it was another tale of inconsistencies.
Well, we see Rhymes get one back, but it just might be too late. And we are 8 minutes away from ending the Yemi Nonex game, and it's completely in King Nonex's hands. He surely put this game almost to bed at this point, because credit to Yemi, though, he did start strongly. But just the mentality from King Nonex that we've spoken about in the National Soccer Pro League. If you were here from week 1, you know about this guy. Even in games where he didn't play well, he turned up. In games where he conceded poorly, he turned up. He's just found a way to win games, and I believe He's always been up there as one of the very best.
I can't wait to see this man up against some of the very best that Nigeria has. Maybe we do have a huge sort of competition this time around that we did have last year, because this man now is going to be going up against the Farouk Mamzos, the Killer Freaks, the Adefolas, possibly a potential Boyd, maybe a Rufai this time around. And having a KK and a King Nonex in that competition, I believe it would turn it over into something else. And for me, the reason why I like what we currently have in the top 8 is it is the most consistent players who have done this over and over again. You have Mr. Oga. Well, he might not be the most consistent, but for a very long period of time, he had a decent one. But you have an Anif, you have a Tactical, you have a Guru, you have a King as a KK. I love the top 8 right now, and I'm looking at the top 8 in the elite division. I'm looking at what they are giving them to fight with next time around. I'm happy. I think King Nonex also is happy.
Well, he's absolutely done the business. The man who struggled his way to get here in the Challengers Cup didn't go smoothly as everybody else. People doubted whether he could do this. The man who's been on the top of the table for weeks now, King Nonex, barely minutes away from doing the business. It wasn't easy at all. He's come here, sound the alarm. There's a new sheriff in town. King Nonex had made history. The first ever National Esoccer Pro League champion. There it is. King Nonex has done it.
Yeah, and regardless of what happens in the KK versus Rhymes game, and you're looking at this one and you say that man has made history. It is King Nonex right now with just 1 minute left in that game, who is going to be going home as the champion. The Lumo Hub esports man, also, while he might not be the number one, he might not be the champion.
I think it's a performance to be extremely proud of on KK's part. To be honest with you, it's not easy doing this back-to-back that many times. It's not easy at all. As you see, the celebrations already kicking from King Nonex. Man, he just lost one single game throughout. He was literally one game from pulling off a Farouk mantle.
My goodness.
Which is it's insane to think about.
I mean, you're looking at KK, you're wondering if that game against Game Week Josh will potentially now be haunting him. That particular game week where he came and he lost 2 games also, you're looking at if that would potentially haunt him, where he lost against a Khalid, for example, when he was in pole position to overtake. And these are the issues with not taking your chances when you have them, while the OAS esportsman also will be potentially regretting some of the chances he didn't take. It wouldn't matter to King Nonex, because right now he took all the chances in front of him. He did everything he was required by the game. He did everything that was required of him. He stepped up in the right moment. Even we spoke about that one, the moments where he didn't necessarily deserve to pick wins, he found a way to win, and that is the tale of the champion.
Wow, champions do find ways to win, and even though KK is not a champion, I think he's put up a champion-worthy performance, just not enough to clinch the title though. Well, what a way to bow out of the National Esoccer Pro League. This guy's coming in as a Challengers Cup champion all the way from Akwa Ibom, not familiar to the Lagos scene, but he's come here and really done the business. Congratulations to him as well. He comes in first runner-up of the National Esoccer Pro League. Massive kudos to him.
Yes, massive kudos to that man. I cannot wait to see him in the elite division. You can see a little bit of that downcast cloud over his head with the fact that he had done his own part, but King Nonex also did his own side of the business and did it properly. And for me, this is the best. As you can see that trophy in the room. I cannot wait for that trophy celebration. My, oh my. I'm so excited. I'm so hyped. These players, it took us 7 weeks to get here. It's like, looking at what has happened so far in these 7 weeks, do you think this is the perfect representation of the champion?
I think so, yes, because both of them totally deserve the fact that they won by heavy margins, 7-2 on one and 4-1 on the other. It tells you that these guys clearly deserve to be here in the biggest games of the day, in the pressure moment. And I'm so excited for Nonex as well, because if you look at the Challengers Cup, the qualifying route into this one, when the pressure was on the most, he couldn't deliver. But then here, in another big moment, he's shown that he's learned from those moments and he's taking them into this one and he's done well. For KK, it's just the matter of him losing some games that fell short at the very slight end. He also deserves to keep his head up high. But that also means both Yemi and Rhymes fall short of finishing top 8. And we see the comments going bonkers as well. I mean, it's crazy
It is
right now.
I think I'm seeing a whole lot of Ghanaians in the chat. I mean, obviously, the guys also who are going to the elite division will be looking to make it into the Ghana versus Nigeria conversation. That one will be happening later in the year after the elite division. As you can see, so much love for King Non-X, but of course, it is all down to that man for taking his chances by the scruff of the neck. But I really, really appreciate all of you who have put in the comments for sticking with us. We say thank you guys very much. We appreciate that love. We appreciate you guys keeping this going forward. My goodness, what a competition. I don't know. I'm out of words at this point in time. I cannot wait to see that man hold that deserved trophy. And I think for me, the first time I heard King Non-X was last year when he became the PSM. He won one of the PSM competitions, minis rather. You're looking at this, you see King Non-X, for example, out of nowhere, all the way from Benin, a protege of Boyd, coming all the way to win back-to-back trophies in 2025 and 2026. My goodness, we might just have another contender for top esports player of the year.
I think you've seen it day in, day out, the way he plays. Every single
It's
weekend that you've
crazy.
seen him. There's the consistency level, which is madness. But while Manny was speaking, I had my eyes on one comment which was very interesting. Salim says, when Non-X and KK, Wole is somewhere smiling. I believe if we can get our camera guys to get a shot of elevation, Mr. Oga, Dada Boy, I mean, all of them qualifying is massive. Dada Boy
Dada
as well.
qualifies.
I think he did.
Oh my goodness, the man from Outlaws.
He got the final spot because both of them lost. Outlaws esports, Dada Boy is in. He is in. I mean, it's crazy. And credit to him. I think the fact that he put in the work till the very last and still believed he deserves that spot as well. Commiserations to both Yemi and Rhymes. They also played their hearts out. But we get to see a glimpse of the trophy right there. The moment will be coming very soon. We'll get the man King Non-X to lift the ultimate prize.
This trophy is so beautiful. So beautiful right now. For me, I'm looking at this trophy being one of the ones that would definitely take the standards as some of the most pretty, the most beautiful trophies ever in the history of his esports. Keenly contested, of course, don't forget, by 20 players. Don't forget now, in case you're just joining, you don't have a lot of the histories. We had over 100 players challenged for 8 spots in the pro leagues. And before that, we had over 1,000 players challenged for the 1 spot in the Onile Esports Cup. So all the way down to that trophy you've seen so far, we have over 1,000 players who have competed at one point or the other. You see, the power rankings, the top 10. This is for the men them who have the highest goal difference. King Non-X is right on top there with 46 points, with 53 goal difference. And I think, okay, this is KK also on 44 points with 35 goal difference. I think this is top goal scored. And Nife on 37 goal difference has 36 points, while Guru is on 37 points and 33 goal difference. Tactical has 35 points with 18 goal difference. Rhyme 16 goal difference and 32 points. Unfortunately, that 32 is not enough to make him scale into that top 8. Mr. Oga on 33 points and 14 goals difference, while Dracaris and Dada Boy both have 5 and 7 goal difference respectively. That is what it looks like right now in the power rankings. The top 10, you can see Dada Boy and Khalid as the poster boys for this one. It has been an insane level of competition. Of course, we're going to be giving out the trophies next. Don't go anywhere. We haven't seen that one happen on the screen soon. We will see that one when the time comes. We also have some of the very best, some of the legends in the book. We also have some celebrities in the house who are going to be all part of the celebration and the handing over of the trophies. Here is the golden part, the top scorers. That one will definitely be going to Anife, who has scored 117 goals in this competition, followed by Guru, who has scored 109 goals, and KK 108. Any other goal would have seen KK most likely take second again in the golden part. That is the top scorers competition. Mr. Oga had 101, Yemoli had 97, Game We Just had 96, Tactical had 99, King Non-X had 90, and Rhymes had 89. That is what the top scorers look like right now. We have 9 different players out of 20 who crossed that 89 mark in terms of goals scored. Rhymes scored a whole lot of goals. The problem was the ones he conceded. My, oh my. The players are ready to celebrate with the winner. King Nonex, after all that was thrown at him, has found a way to make it to the very top of the mountain, the summit of the mountain where he is lonely at the top. He is the one who has found a way to win. He is the one who all will be looking forward to meeting and watching his play in the coming Elites division. Don't forget, after this competition, we're going to be going for the grade in Ghana, where the Ghanaians also are going to be competing for a chance to get a top four to compete in the Niger versus Ghana part 2, happening in Nigeria this time around. Last year it was in Ghana. This time it's going to be in Lagos, Nigeria. So I tell you guys, we have back to back esports action for you guys. You cannot afford to sleep on it. You cannot afford to snooze, to miss on any action at all, because it is going to be really interesting. Say a huge shout out to Game Evil for providing us with this platform, and Esports Federation of Nigeria for giving us the chance to give these players the chance to sort of celebrate these ones. Game Pride also, thank you very much for your support. Esports Africa News, thank you so much for your support. For KD Sports, the guys who have given us the opportunity consistently to do this day in, day out for 7 weeks across 7 weekends. Thank you so much. Also, you can have the highest scoring matches. You have total goals. Guru versus Baloke had 19 goals. Anif versus Flick had 18 goals. He ended in 16-2. Son of God and KK as an 18-goal thriller also. KK won that one by 13-5, while Baloke and Simply Uzo had a 9-8, which was a 17-goal thriller. Khalid Boy and Simply Uzo also played out a 16-goal thriller with Simply Uzo winning 9-7. Wow. I mean, one of the things I enjoyed about all of the 7 weeks was that there wasn't a point whereby we had one person run away with it at all. In one of the weeks, it was Wolevation who was threatening to go unbeaten. For, I believe, 3 weekends, Wolevation was unbeaten. At some point, we had King Nonex also step it up and take charge. And at another point, we had KK step it up. Then another weekend, it was Mr. Oga. But ultimately, after 7 intense weekends, after many goals played, many games played, all of the goals scored, all of the concedings, everything that had happened, there's only one man who's going to be standing tall, and 8 contenders will step into the arena for the elite division. We're going to be having these guys go up against the Farouks of this world, the Killer Freak of this world, the Boys, the Adefolas, the Innocents, the Rufais of this world. Me too also, they're going to be going up against them. Mr. Oga is another one he was interestingly booked his spots back. I think with this performance, we most likely might see one more year. We will squeeze one more year out of the legend before he ultimately retires. We're waiting for the trophy presentation to happen soon. But as time waits, we're going to be giving you guys more and more of the reaction from my end. It is King Nonex, who everybody will have on their lists, but also shout out to all of the other players who most likely didn't make the cuts, but were consistent here every day rather. For 7 weekends, players like Son of God, players like Simply Uzo, Game with Josh, the Flicks, the Baloke, who came, by the way, from the Onile Esports Tournament, competed among over 1,000 players from the grassroots across 20 local governments in Lagos State. Found his way to win from his local government and was able to win the other 12 winners, the champions, other 20 champions from the other local governments also. That tells you the journey that man had. And he was here every weekend consistently doing the business. So shout out to the guys who didn't really get the business done. Who didn't make the top 8, of course. The other 2 of who are going to be going down to the Challengers Cup. So next year, we're going to be having the Challengers Cup happen. So stay tuned for that one. The action is going to be happening. But for now, is the end of my business. And we're going straight into the matter of the day, where we'll have the trophy celebration. We'll have the man who found a way to win, ultimately lifts the trophy. I hand you over to the team there, Slimer, for the trophy.
7 weeks of absolute craziness here at the National Esoccer Pro League. The crowning moment is here. It all came down to the final week 7. King Nonex stood a chance. KK stood a chance. They both did the business, but only one man prevails. He'll be lifting that trophy right behind me. To do the honors and the presentation, I'll call in the CEO of KD Sports, main sponsor behind the National Esoccer Pro League. We've got Chima Pulse to join me here. I mean, Chima, it's been a wonderful league to look out for with what has been able to happen with Kinonex winning the whole thing. But he's here to give our champion the trophy. We'll do less of the talking and more of the celebration. Also to call in the man who stood tall, just lost one single game through it all. We'll have Kinonex come on stage and have his crowning moment with the CEO himself. Kinonex, you can come in on stage and show us what you've been up to all of these 7 weeks as he'll have his moment with the CEO himself.
Yeah, definitely. So congratulations again, Onyx, for this. You know, coming in every week for 7 weeks is not easy. And I want to commend your dedication. So on behalf of KD Sports, it's my honor to congratulate you and hand you this trophy. Congratulations again, well done.
Thank you.
Last one.
I beg, give me picture, I beg.
Hola,
So everybody, it's a wrap.